Started it. I'm done. I'm done waiting.
You started.
Bullshit. Yes, I started it. Fuck
Oh god,
this.
I was joking. I don't really even go live. Fuck's sakes, Laura. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
great. Fuck you, Jason.
ruined it. Ruined it. Fuck me.
Yep. This.
Well, this has been horrible.
Yeah, this has been an awful night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really has.
it really
I
has
was,
been terrible. This whole day's been shit.
and I want to say that, like, I know I was fucking radio silent for like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't having a good time. I
No.
wasn't. I was not having a good time. I wasn't like, oh, I'm having a fun night with the lads. It was
Yeah.
terrible the entire time.
This whole thing was just awful.
I know.
We tried to set up the stream earlier. We had this whole thing planned. It's all gone now. And here's my fucking Streamlabs link. I'm on prednisone, so I'm ultra pissed off. Because prednisone does that to me. Steroids give me road rage.
Well,
Road rage. Fuck! Roid rage. Fuck you. I'm gonna punch the screen.
and I give you Roy rage.
You give me so much Roy rage today. Actually, you've been trying to calm me down. You've been really nice about everything. I'm just extremely frustrated.
Yeah.
And I want to murder every living thing.
And you know what's annoying me as well is the fact that, like, I don't know, it's just irritating me now because I'm in that mood. Is my hat I look like a gnome. I look like an elf. The shape of my hat, and
Yeah, it's a little pointy, especially on one side.
Yeah.
Roy's smoking. Also, that's a thing right now.
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What is happening? Oh my god.
Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Welcome to the fucking stream, everybody. It's horrible. Yeah, we had this whole thing planned with some girl who suggested we talk to her because she's an alt-right sympathizer. But fuck that. It's too late. It's too late, and I just want to bitch about things. And
well, she has agreed. She's going to come on tomorrow, guys. All right.
Yeah, she's going to be on tomorrow. We're going to do an actual stream tomorrow. But this is, I have to stream tonight. I have to. I need to hit 4,000 hours of watch time by the 20th. So I've got to live stream all this week. It's not my bag, really, but I have to. And so I'm doing it because I do care, and I'm trying. And, yeah, shoot me.
No. No. So, yeah, I had, I had like a little bit of, I put a little bit of planning in the sort of 40 minutes I was at home before the stream. I was like, got some good questions. I know I was going to ask her in that. That's all gone to pot now. I had my brain all sorted out, ready to talk about alt-right sort of issues and sort of, is it morally correct? Are the logistics even possible and achievable and all these kinds of things? Now that's gone, and you've just got two slightly annoyed people in the stream.
Yeah. Matt says, holy shit, drunk day really lets the Boston out. It's not the drunk day. I'm not even drunk. I am just pissed. It's piss day who lets the Boston out.
Yeah.
It's also when I'm driving the car, I really let the Boston out. Yeah. It's mainly pissed off day that lets the Boston out.
Yeah. Let me I'm going to have you got the pop-out chat link?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Whack it in the thing so I can see the chat.
All right.
All right. That's us. There's a thing I was saying in Massachusetts. Like I tend to say, all right, there's a greeting, and Dave's kind of picked up on that a little bit. Also from Carl Pilkington, mainly from Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, mainly from the intro to the Ricky Gervais show.
Yeah, he does it. He does it in such a low key way.
It's the only way I can do it.
I know you can do it. Right, so I want to do this in a new window. There we go. All right, chat. All right, I can see you guys now.
There you go.
How's it going, fellas?
Hey, Roy, retweet the YouTube link that I did on Twitter so people can come in here.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah.
So yeah. So has it been a shit day in general for you today?
Kind of. Kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, I've been in a flare. I'm pretty sure most people here know, but I have lupus and I've been feeling like shit. So I took a prednisone today, like pretty high dose of it, and then I got like really irritable instead of making me feel better because it always makes you irritable before it makes you feel better. And now I
Yeah.
have to deal with consequences of prednisone. It's,
Yeah.
yes, Laszlo, and everything is fucked. Stream. It's totally fucked. I
Yeah.
demonetized it because I knew I was going to be swearing a whole lot. So I was like, I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna bother. Like, no,
So
don't even look at it. Don't even bother reviewing this shit. Fuck you.
hmm.
Done. Gonna swear all I want. I'm I'm mad. I'm angry.
Yes, you
I
are.
want blood. I want blood sports. Get somebody on. Get somebody on. I'll fucking yell at them. I'll fuck them up.
No, we can't. We can't resort to the blood sports. I can't do it. I'm
No,
too.
I'm doing it. I'm reversing everything. I'm going for it.
No, my brain literally hurts now. It hurts. I
Yeah.
can't. It's like just after dealing with logistics, you get your head just literally gets sore, and you just give up, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
do
I
anything.
know. I did have a lot prepared. I had good talking points. I was all set for it. I was preparing all day. I watched enough Richard Spencer to make me want to hang myself. Yeah, I was ready. Now I'm
Yeah.
just angry, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna. I don't know.
Did you find out anything like that you didn't know about Richard Spencer? Like, was it surprising at all, or were
That
you
he's
just like,
really open about being a manipulator and
yeah,
basically turning centrists and normies into like it's like easing them into becoming white
yeah,
ethnocentric
yeah,
like
yeah?
what like yeah
I
uh,
mean, because
they have a whole plan.
I think people sort of can be convinced pretty easily with the alt right stuff because they brand around a lot of facts and things like that and a lot of statistics.
Yeah, and
And
they'd be
that can
like,
be,
well, we just want to preserve Western culture,
yeah,
and um what's wrong with wanting to uh keep those values. And it starts with like, oh, we just want tighter border control and to kick the illegals out. And then the next thing, but they really want an ethno state.
they
So
do
that's
want
not,
it.
they like ease people in with like
Yeah,
political talking points that kind of seem reasonable. You
yeah,
can get it, you can understand it. And then it's like fucking Scientology where they have you pay into the stuff and like the first levels of whatever it is seem really reasonable. And then once
mhm,
you've like gotten deep enough into the bullshit, the real crazy starts coming out,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Xenu and shit.
Well,
So
it is dip your toe in it. Like, there's like just dip your toe in. It's like, oh, that's nice and warm, isn't it? The water's cool. Come in, and then
yeah,
before you know it, you're chin deep in ethno state, and you're like, how did I
yeah,
get to this point? But see, one of the funny things about the alt right is I didn't even know what the alt right were about until about what 4 months ago or something like that.
yeah,
I was like, they seem like fine people to me because I'd not really looked deeply into the things that they were saying and espousing properly
uh-huh,
until I really did, and then it's like, hang on, whoa, and it gets fucked up really quickly. And they're like, yeah, we can remove black people from the state, and they want these crazy things, and you're just like, I don't know how that's achievable, first of all, and I don't know how you can morally justify it, secondly, to be honest. When you think about, especially with America, which
yeah,
is America is a country of fucking immigrants. It's
yeah,
all about immigrants. Has been for
yeah,
a while. And not only that, they brought all the black people over for the most part.
yeah. Well, the
Europeans.
slave trade did obviously have the people in the black countries
Yeah.
as
Well,
as complicit as the
they
white
sold
people.
them. Right.
Yeah,
They sold them. You had black people in Africa selling them, right? But the black people that came over didn't want to come over.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
fuck.
But it was two governments, one black and one white, kind of
Yeah.
facilitating the whole thing. So it's not like just the whites were doing it.
Yeah.
Um,
And then they weren't sending over the best and brightest. They were like, this bloke can probably pick a little bit of cotton,
Yeah.
take him. Before you know it, there's a whole sort of fucking subjugated people, and now you're like, okay, we want them gone.
Yeah.
Bro,
Well, in today's world, it's like they're talking about illegal immigrants, and basically they're talking about Hispanic people and Mexicans and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So there's no they like bog everything down in wordplay, so you don't think, oh, let's kick the Mexicans out. They're not. They're more tactful than that. Like the politicians are espousing this too, and
Yeah.
oh, my brain's so fried today. Yeah, I'm glad we're not talking to the girl right now because my brain's so frazzled.
Well, you just can't do it, essentially. One thing, okay, without going into any of the talking points that we had, because we'll save that for tomorrow for the most part.
Yeah.
Like one of the things, so like with Andy Warski's stream and stuff, he's getting a lot of stick at the moment because they're saying like his stream has become like a promotional tool for the alt right and a big one, and they're all loving it. Right, they're all jumping all over Andy Warski shit because they're getting the views out there. And
I think they're using them.
I think they are. I think they definitely are. So, I mean, what would be different about what we're doing then? Because we're discussing alt right views on the stream. I think I know the difference, but what would you say? Like, what?
I would say that we don't have an alt right person running it with us and kind of usurping the channel. If like we had JF on and he like took over my channel and basically he's basically Tonka's failure, like the promoter and like the what's the word? Producer. Yeah.
Okay.
He's basically producing Andy's streams these days. I don't know. Chris Warski is like in a cell somewhere and now JF is there. And I think the difference is that we are a small platform. If I had a big platform, I would still maybe do one or two just to debate them and actually debate them.
Yeah.
But with him, he just goes and gives them basically a daily podium. And he has a big audience, and I think they know that. And I think they're coming on and swaying people. And I don't think anybody should be deplatformed, but I'm saying to say that he's facilitating the alt-right movement is valid.
Yeah. Well, so I think the thing is, right, Andy Warski is not alt-right. Okay.
Right. I don't think he is. I think he's just stupid.
Yeah. And so they'll come on in that, and he's like, well, I'm against a lot of what they're saying. He doesn't really show it that much. I mean, you might get like a couple like, well, I disagree with that, and that's kind of it. It seems more like he's just covering his bases when he's talking to him.
Yeah, and he mostly makes concessions, if anything. Like he was on Tonka's show today arguing white nationalist talking points.
Yeah.
Against Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
And he was just, you could tell it was like verbatim all the points that he's been hearing. And he was almost like arguing for the alt-right. So, and that's exactly what they wanted. I feel like he's just extremely gullible and they are using him. And like they specifically talked about this on 4chan, like how to get more people, make it more palatable for regular people to dip their toe in and then switch them, like going all crypto.
I think, right, if there was like an alt-right person on this stream, which there kind of will be tomorrow, I think I'd have to have like a bit of a go at them. Like I couldn't sort of sit back and just be like, okay, let's hear what you say, because I fundamentally disagree with it on pretty much every single level. The race realism stuff is somewhat debatable, but I don't think they've got this thing where it's like, okay, I mean, look at the average IQ of black people, for example. It's not as high as the average IQ of white people. Therefore, black people are less intelligent genetically. I'm like, that doesn't mean that. You can't just extrapolate that from that thing. If you're like any kind of scientist, you will say, well, the average IQ of black people in America seems to be less. That doesn't mean they're less intelligent genetically. You have to ask why that is.
Yeah, it has to be the only way to really get a genetic verification is to have a controlled environment where you say have 3 kids and they're born in this controlled environment, all grow up with the exact same way, and it has to be multiples. It can't just be 3 kids. It has to be like 1,000 sets of 3 kids, all of different races, growing up in like the exact same controlled environment, and then test their IQs, because different socioeconomic circumstances are prevalent, just different schools, different upbringings, and you'd have to test them at each age because IQ can vary year to year.
It does, yeah. I mean, and you have to as well. Like, so say even if I think I heard this argument, it's like, okay, well, black people that go to sort of the same degree of education as this white person will still average a lesser IQ, right? Which I don't know, first of all, how true that is, but secondly, if it is, that's not an indication of like some sort of genetic ineptitude when it comes to intelligence. All that means is that, like, well, you have to look at the the mitigating factors behind that. So you have to imagine, like, a lot of like white families in America have been established for a long time, right? When the Europeans came over, they were educated people. They weren't morons. They sailed to the other side of the world. They knew what they were doing, right? So they had a massive head start, right? And poverty's a big factor in this.
Yeah.
Like, poverty, a lot of poor areas, a lot of black people inhabit a lot of poor areas in America.
Yeah, so, and a lot of it is governments behind these populations.
Yeah.
Like,
so if you
like,
said,
why aren't the blacks smart enough to discover shit? It's like, well, you got to look at the various microcosms that they were in.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same, and there were a lot of wars fought. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you send, say, to like a black guy and a white guy to a university, and they both go through the same level of education, and the white dude still comes out with like 1 or 2 sort of point hierarchy, then you have to look at that. It's like, well, is a black guy, is his family been established in terms of being highly educated for generations? I mean, I'm assuming this white person's family may have done, right? Or will
they say you have to breed the stupid out of them.
Well, no. The difference is, right? So, say this black guy's parents weren't educated. He's going home and he's getting less stimulation at home and less encouragement from his family as this white person might. They'll be fucking like studying with him, encouraging him. Sort of, they've been through the education system themselves to that level.
Yeah.
And I think there's tons of things. There's tons of factors. You can't just sort of make this blanket statement that, oh, I guess black people are genetically stupid. Doesn't make sense. So I don't know how, like, why that's, you can't argue with race realism. You can argue with the conclusions they draw from the statistics.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I need to see the studies. I don't know what studies they're using, and to be fair, I can't really say because I don't know the studies they're using. I don't know if they're using multiple studies or just cherry picking one study, and what was the sample size, and what was the methodology. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't think many reputable scientists would say that black people are genetically less intelligent. I can't really find that. I mean, if someone can, correct me if I'm wrong, but no one says that. And if
they haven't really figured out the genetics of intelligence.
This is what I mean. And assuming there is some sort of difference, assuming there actually is a genetic difference in intelligence, it would be it'd be insignificant. It wouldn't be anything sort of noticeable, really.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive of that. But yeah, so I don't really buy the race realism thing anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's silly.
Should we invite Gay Chris on? He said, I would love to join this conversation. I have information on this.
Oh, sure. Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, just shoot me a DM on Twitter. You got Twitter, right? My DMs are open. I'll get you the link. Yeah.
But you know what's another funny thing about the alt-right thing as well? Because a lot of the skeptic people have really a lot of people are going softer on the alt-right than they would, say, SJWs, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard it's because, I've heard people say, well, the alt-right treat you with more respect when they're talking to you.
I think they're just more cunning.
I think they've got a better strategy, I think a lot of them are more charismatic as well.
I think this has been a movement that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Well, this is
And
what I was about to say because they're scared. They are scared, Prince of Queens. This is a good point. This was something I was about to say. Is the fact that right, you get the anti-SJW community, right, and everyone was united in this sort of hatred for SJWs, and within this community were a lot of alt-right people the entire time. There are loads of alt-right people in this because they don't like feminists. We're all ragging on Black Lives Matter, things like that. And they all agree with that shit, right? So we were all united in one big sort of common enemy. And now it's getting, now the community is becoming sort of fractured a little bit, and you're seeing differences appear. So now you're seeing the who were conservatives, who were centrists, who were alt-right,
yeah,
who are left-leaning sort of skeptics. All of a sudden, the differences are becoming more prevalent now
yeah, they
because
are.
we're all not united in this one big, dumb, blatant enemy in front of you. So,
Yeah,
and I think people are scared of the alt-right because a lot of the audience may be sort of leaning in that direction anyway to a certain
yeah. Hey, Roy, can you email Daychrist? I put it in the side chat because I don't want to use my email I'm on now.
All right, all right. Why does he
Just
need me to do
email him the Hangout link. I don't think he's on Twitter. I don't know if he's on Twitter. It would be easier, but whatever.
Okay, let me just copy and paste.
You can't
So,
have cringe Roy all the time, Matt. It can't.
what?
It says Roy is being serious. What is this? I miss cringe Roy.
Oh, sorry guys. I'll talk about my hemorrhoid in a second.
It's gone. You're be a liar.
Well, I could reminisce about the good old days.
Yeah.
Copy link address. All right. I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker's link.
Yep.
Keep us hot, day. We were flowing there.
What up, guys? Yeah, there are various types of intelligence. I'm hearing. Yeah, there are. I don't think it is genetic, unless they found some special intelligence gene. They do have various genes that they link to intelligence, but they haven't been like confirmed and correlated. There's like so many genes that they don't know about, and they don't know how they all work together exactly. So unless I get that shit on lockdown, I don't think you can definitively say there is a difference between racial humans.
It seems we've for some reason with the alt right, a lot of the skeptic sort of people that disagree with them have taken sort of common sense out of the equation a little bit, and now everyone's just looking at pie charts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, well, hang on, you need a balance of both. You can't just fucking be entirely autistic and just be like, look at this graph, therefore it means that.
Yeah.
Like, apply a little bit of fucking lateral reasoning to it.
Yeah. Mm.
Viral. Oh my god.
Yeah, I agree with S. Butler. There probably is an element of genetics in almost everything, but environmental factors have been demonstrated to be far more prominent when it comes to intelligence. It's true.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Sorry you're sick, Laszlo. Don't die of the flu. Everybody's dying of the flu over you.
I've not heard anything about it,
I don't know. Everybody dying of the flu. Go check the Daily Mail every day. It's
check
like
the Daily
3
Mail.
new people dead.
No one go check the Daily Mail. It's useless.
Yeah. Anonymous Rogue says, we went from banging traffic cones to discourse on intelligence and the alt-right, how times change. Yes, it's a new thing every day. The multifaceted people. The Daily Fail, yes. Not the most reliable of sources. But these people are dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as well when they say like this will be interesting. Say if they did get the ethno state right, are they gonna which isn't really feasible in any way as far as I can see, but hypothetically,
not unless they want to preserve their culture on an island somewhere. Like
yeah, well, I mean they can go somewhere else,
yeah,
right?
but you're never going to divide the United States like that.
No,
unless they have some sort of charismatic nationalist leader.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
You can invite him through Hangouts. Actually, I don't need to email him the link. if you just go to invite, you can do it. You can either copy the link or just put an email in, and it'll send them an invite.
Oh, okay.
So just copy and paste the email. You should be able to do it that way. Actually, that'd be easier because my thing's broken up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see, like, are they going to sort of, if they could have the way, they're going to keep some piece of shit trailer trash heroin addict because he's white, but then they're going to get rid of Neil deGrasse Tyson and Barack
He
Obama.
came from the Romans and the Vikings, though.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, the white heroin addict.
Well, this is what I mean. Yeah, like, so would they're cool to keep him? As if he's not a detriment to society. Like, why? Like, that's interesting to me. I'm like, at that point, it just becomes purely racist for the sake of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know how they can get around that. You just have to admit you're a racist piece of shit at a certain point. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I get people making the argument, illegal immigrants should go. And I'm like, okay, you can make that argument, but you can't make the argument that, like, I think an American-born sort of black person should be sort of exiled from the land when they have as much right to this place as you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, we're all born here by chance.
Yeah.
It can't be helped. They're all born to this country. You're a product of whatever country you're born in. If I was born in Nigeria, I would be Nigerian. I don't know. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Just saw an article. A black dominatrix forces her subs to read black feminist theory. That's pretty good.
Hey, Chris, I sent you an invite. I to the email you gave me, so should be there hopefully.
It should. That used to work for me back in the day.
Yeah.
I do think people are a little bit scared of the alt-right for some reason.
Yeah, well, I think they're a lot, like you said, a lot more charismatic. They know their facts. They have their talking points down. It's not just like having a conversation. Like, unless you have the points against them, it's going to give them a leg up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're going to seem better and more correct if you don't know your shit.
I think a lot of people are kind of almost autistic, though, in the way that they go about making arguments now. Because it's so easy to sort of debunk a moronic feminist talking about the wage gap. It's really easy. You just point to some statistics and you're done. With the alt-right, it's a little more difficult, and you have to apply a bit of your own common sense.
Stupid email won't send, I guess. I'm not in the mood for technical difficulties. It says, send an invite today, chris21@gmail.com.
That should
invite.
work.
I sent it again.
Check it out, dude. Do you not have a Twitter? Does he not have a Twitter?
I don't know.
If you've got a Twitter, tweet it.
I'll just send it to you.
Tweet us, motherfucker.
I'm on prednisone. Gonna punch my screen if I have to send this invite.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Let me check the notification. Just to be said, he might have already sent something.
Oh, he's got. Don't make a whole Twitter. You don't have to do that. Yeah. Okay. Just you do it, Roy. You can do it.
Okay.
I don't want to email from this address.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna do it the hard way. Never mind. All right.
Do it.
All right. You put his email in the side chat, didn't you?
I did. No gaming yelling. You calm down. Calm the fuck down now. Done with this. Soviet Russia Day hacks you. Yeah. Okay, fine, charming man. You are there. Good job. I'm not going on Discord right now. I hate Discord with a passion.
Yeah, I'm sending it him. Tell him not to get his knickers in a twist.
He's in your Discord.
Is he in my Discord? Okay.
Go on your phone and go on Discord and give it to him.
I can't remember the last time I was in that thing.
I know.
Thanks. All right. I'm sending it to you right now. All right. You should have the link. Send.
I hate Discord because it blangs at me all the time. And I know I can turn off notifications, and I do, but it still blangs at me all the time. And it messed up my computer when I installed it on there, and I hate it.
No, that's not Sargon. It's not Sargon on your t-shirt. That's your motherfucking sign.
No, Sagan. Carl Sagan. It's not
Cosmos.
Carl Sargon. It is. It's my Carl Sagan is my homeboy shirt.
Yeah, I don't want to go off on the science stuff.
Yeah. No, maybe we do. Maybe we need some science.
I don't know. I was watching. What was it? I was watching like YouTube Red series and shit. Like Vsauce Michael's got one. And like if you go on his YouTube channel, the first 2 episodes of each season are for free. He actually did quite an interesting one on isolation and what it does to you and stuff like that. He locks himself in a room with a big bright light. All the walls are white. One bed, water, and a toilet. And that's
I
it.
don't like the whiteness. If it was black, it'd almost be better because it's more calming.
Yeah. Well, he locks himself in it for 3 days, 3 full days.
Oh.
And it's crazy how quickly his perception of time just goes off.
Yeah.
He's like within the first 2 days, he's like over 24 hours out. Like he's like, okay, I'll get out any minute now. This has been 3 days, clearly. And it's not, and the door won't open, and he just keeps on getting more like, I don't know what time it is. He has no idea. Like
it's like being on a bad trip.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it literally is. They say you do start hallucinating and stuff.
Yeah.
He goes sleep for about 40 minutes, and he wakes up. He's like, okay,
it's the next day.
Yeah, he's like, I think I've been asleep for about 8 hours. So I'll have my breakfast now. And he's just like eating like an hour ago, and it's like he has no idea. He's so disorientated with no day or night cycle, just light all the time. It's fucked up.
Oh man.
Yeah, and
I would hate that.
And you have to keep your brain active for 3 days. Well, what do you do? A lot of people resort to counting and things like that.
I would sing a bunch.
Yeah.
Just to myself. Yeah. And that'd be a good way to keep time because songs are genuinely between like 3.5 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I just count the songs I sang and be like, it's been this long. And I'd be like, oh my God, kill me.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because like humans are really social creatures, and it drives them insane to be sort of cut off from the world. Yeah. It's weird. And he was saying it's funny how quickly he got over things like phones and internet not being around. He was like, that was easy to deal with after like a couple hours.
Yeah.
He's like, but it was like it was the evolutionary needs that I couldn't get over, like the need to just communicate with somebody or know what time it is, things like that.
Yeah. Okay, I gave the link to Laszlo to pass on to Daychrist. Sorry about that. Thank you, Laszlo.
You should have had it from me, I believe.
Well, I don't know. He's not here, is he?
No. Ryan Day, what kind of vape juice do you use? I don't know. I don't know what I'm vaping at the moment. It's like a berry mixture.
I make mine. It's black honey tobacco, but I'm out and I gotta make more.
Yeah. I really want to give you a cigarette right now.
I want a cigarette. I'll steal one from my brother.
Yeah, I think you need one.
I do need one. All right, I'm gonna go get a cigarette.
It's been a rough day.
Back. It's been a rough day.
I'll keep these haws hot.
Keep them in. Yeah, keep them.
I'll keep these fucking slutty bitches engaged. Off you pop.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody. She's gone. This is my fucking stream now. I want everybody in the chat to write, Roy, you are my god. Oh, you're right, dude.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah. Sorry, Day's just gone to get a cigarette, actually, so she'll be right back and we can get into what you want to talk about.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I've been dealing with trying to debate the alt-right ideology, especially in Sargon's comment sections nowadays, because it's like the alt-right just has zeroed in on him right now, and I get to hear all their talking points and go, wait a second, this just doesn't seem right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really, I don't know. There really does seem to be a bit of fear. And I don't understand what the fear of the alt-right is from my perspective. I mean, maybe it's because, I don't know, me and Lacey have never particularly gave a fuck about anything. We have our opinions, and we're open to new information, and we will change them if we hear a convincing enough argument. But there's no way that you could ever convince us that a ethno-state is the way to go.
Of course, but like over in the U.S., where social justice has a lot of control over academia, and people are pushing it more and more, and we have like Antifa going around causing riots and beating people up and setting stuff on fire. It's caused an increasing growth on the opposite side with the alt-right.
For every action, you've got an opposite reaction.
Yeah, and like I was going to say, it's kind of like Newtonian physics. You have one very authoritarian group on one side that pushes their ideology and their rhetoric. You're eventually going to have an opposite group that rises up. And I believe was it Jared Taylor who said that he owed the progressive left so much for causing the growth of the alt-right.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's funny. I mean, Manchester and England, I feel, is a little bit, far removed from the SJW stuff to a certain extent. I mean, we do have like Manchester University, right? And there's there's a fair amount of sort of feministy type hipsterish SJWs going there, but they're not taken seriously by the rest of the city. For example, I mean, if they were to come into a pub, which I've experienced firsthand, and they start spouting some sort of feminist rhetoric, like, "Oh, I feel threatened," everyone just laughs and they're like, "Off you pop, love. Go on. We'll call you a taxi. Out the doors you go," sort of thing.
You're drunk. Get out of here.
Yeah, no one really. So I feel, but in America, it's a bit different. Like, it definitely is, from what I've observed, anyway. So it probably is more of a threat, and I can see why the alt-right would be a bit more prevalent over there.
I mean, in say for the UK, for example, you have different issues that are going on, especially with Brexit and the migration issues that have been happening, and especially with Islamist attacks that have happened in the past year. It causes issues that tend to grow and steamroll.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously, I was obviously here during the Manchester bombing and all that shit. I mean, I don't know. One of the weird things was, I think there's a bit of a false view of England sometimes from the outside. Is that like,
what is that?
We're all being stabbed and blown up all the time, and it's it's a real terrible problem. It really is like just a few nutballs for the most part, and people in the city actually came a lot closer together after that attack. I remember a lot of the Muslim cab drivers were like helping victims when the bombing happened. They were like picking people up and chauffeuring them to hospital for free of charge.
If I may interrupt, I'm sorry. It was actually Sikh drivers who were doing that, not Muslims, and they actually got pissed off when the news reported that it was Muslim drivers, because Sikhs they don't like Muslims very much.
Well, I mean, there was certainly a bunch of Muslims that did do that, because
they put a picture up of a Sikh person and claimed it was Muslims, but they put a picture of a Sikh person, but there were actually, like, the population of Manchester is actually highly Muslim.
Yeah, you have to imagine, like, about 90% of our taxi drivers are Muslims here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just know what was reported in the news, and what ended up happening was it was actually Sikh people who were doing it. And
they made a blunder with that and kind of reversed the narrative they were trying to push, when actually the narrative they were trying to push was correct, but they used an image of a Sikh person, so it kind of discredited the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, Matt. By the way, Matt's off.
All right, bye, Matt.
But yeah, anyway, so anyway, getting back to the you wanted to talk about the alt-right, right? The alt-right, right?
Yes. Well, we were talking about intelligence as it has to deal with race. One of the things that I always bring up when they talk about intelligence, as far as like blacks are concerned, is I sit there and go, well, what about Nigerians who tend to do better in college? They tend to get more degrees, and they tend to do better as far as their careers. They end up making about 10,000 to 20,000 more annually. So they're kind of blowing your idea that blacks are less intelligent than whites out of the water.
Yeah. They have this idea, right? That I mean, that's one piece of the puzzle. They say, well, blacks aren't as intelligent, but they believe that, like, white society is the best type of society. Whites have constructed the best societies historically that have ever existed. I mean, but I'd wager, what about Japan? Japan's a lovely place.
Well, the thing you have to understand about Japan, and I lived in Japan for a while, and I have an idea of their history, is a lot of their history was based upon war and struggle. And there was a point in their time when they were very isolationist. So much that if a foreigner were caught on their shores, they were to be executed.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at the various eras of Japan,
mm-hmm.
each era is preceded by a very brutal war.
Mm-hmm.
However, Japan did form many things that we also associate with Western civilization, such as rule of law, honor. Religion was kind of iffy between the Shintos and the Buddhists, but eventually Shintos won out. But they did build many of the same aspects of their culture that you would see in Western culture, though it was still based on a feudal lord system.
Mm-hmm. I mean, no, so I mean, like, Japan have become one of, like, I mean, Japan didn't even have a military until recently, right? They were so done with sort of conflict and war and things like that.
Well, the military in Japan had a military. If you're talking about like modern times, Japan has been restricted from having an actual military since World War II.
Yeah.
Wait, did them restrictions not lift a while ago though?
I'm not sure if they were lifted or not, but
as far as I know, the restrictions were lifted, and they chose not to have one because they were getting along just fine without it, and they were like, "Well, what's the point?" Sort of thing.
Well, technically, they do have a military force. It's called the SDF.
Yeah.
It's a self-defense force that is all that they were allowed by the U.S. But they're very happy with U.S. forces being in Japan and helping augment their defense. So that's kind of what it comes down to. Is I'm pretty sure if the U.S. wasn't there in Japan, they would build up their army, but since the U.S. is in Japan, they don't see the point.
Yeah.
I think I just realized I was presented this whole time because I clicked on myself. And myself clicked on when I went to unmute.
Were you presented the entire time?
I think, at least for the last little bit.
Oh, yeah. They weren't getting my sexy face.
No.
You know I'm the eye candy in this stream. That's ridiculous.
No.
Well, of course. Nothing can beat that beard.
I know. Hopefully the viewership didn't drop too badly while you presented.
Oh, no. Yeah. I took myself off presented, and now we're down 3 viewers. 4.
Yeah. But, so anyway, you're saying like Nigerian people tend to do better on average, right?
Yes. And you take a look at Asians, for example, the alt-right like to point out that, blacks have less intelligence and they're more akin to be aggressive. But when you sit there and talk to them about the white ethnostate, they want Asians gone just as badly. And the Asians tend to have far higher intelligence and less aggressiveness. So using that situation of, blacks have less intelligence and are far more aggressive isn't a good argument when you're going to get rid of people who have much higher intelligence than whites and who are far less aggressive.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it's all about the ethno-state. And I guess Asians are ethnically white.
Yeah, I mean, but so for what other reason then? Because they bring up these reasons for wanting the ethno-state, such as, black people... committing more crimes and being less intelligent.
Well, it's also just they go about preserving their culture, coming from the North and the Saxons and the fucking the Romans and stuff.
Oh shit.
What?
Go, go.
What?
Go.
Where are you going? What's happening? What?
I don't know.
I don't know. What happened?
He's gone.
He looked panicked. He said something was buzzing. What was buzzing?
I don't know.
I'm dying to know. I can't wait till he comes back now.
But I mean, when you take a look at it, and one question I always like to ask the alt-right is, what gives a white U.S. citizen more rights than, say, a black U.S. citizen or an Asian U.S. citizen? What gives whites more priority over them? There shouldn't be any priority over them.
Yeah, if you're American born, you're American born, no matter what your genetic makeup or your ethnicity.
And when it comes down to, oh, well, we're just trying to protect our culture. Well, the issue has to deal with, the current waves of the SJW, progressive left, cultural Marxists, whatever you want to call them. They push this idea of oppression, and therefore, like, say, in the U.S., for example, it's not I'm an American first, it's I'm black first, or I'm trans first. And that's where you start having the issue where it becomes a problem with culture.
Yeah, and they're also saying that they're nationalists, but you're not, because nationalism in America isn't Norse people or Romans; it's Americans. And
well, see, here's the difference: it's a difference between civic nationalism, which is what you would associate with America, where it's everybody is American, and thus everybody should be proud that they're American. White nationalism is based upon the idea of, well, our nation is white and everybody should be proud to be white.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems like bullshit to me. I don't know.
It really is, but it's an idea that sprung up over, the left pushing this, an anti-white rhetoric in order to demonize white people. Yeah. And it's been going on for years, and the left have been trying to basically take away any outlets in which white people can, find others who won't demonize them.
Yeah, so it's basically coming down to the white people feeling disenfranchised. So now this is their Black Lives Matter. I feel like it comes from a place of being scared and fear, being like, oh, our race isn't going to be preserved. What do you want? Everybody to be brown and not have whiteness be irradiated from the earth, which isn't going to happen. But like, it is based on fear and propaganda. Like, I saw this Richard Spencer propaganda like piece where he was like, "Are you sick of all this shit? Remember, you came from Vikings and the Romans," and like it had like this stupid like imagery of like swords and shit. It's just like playing to like the young boy fantasy of wanting to be a superhero almost.
Well, you also have to take into account that Richard Spencer can't seem to agree on what is white, seeing as he said that Iranians were Aryan.
What?
Yeah,
that happened?
During the Sargon-Spencer debate on Worski's channel, he stated that Iranians were Aryans, but yet apparently white Jews were not white.
Yeah. Well, he also said in that thing that you can tell white people just by looking at them, and then he went on saying, no, there's not going to be any genetic testing, and then he's like, in like 20 minutes later, he's like, well, they'll have you could get a 23andMe test. It's like, okay, so is it genetically white or just visually white? Like, what's the criteria here?
Oh yeah, and Millennial Woes brought it up later on during that stream, where he was like, well, is Denzel Washington white? And it's like, I just wanted to scream out and go, well, is Milo Yiannopoulos white?
Mm-hmm.
Because they wouldn't consider him white since he is a white Jew.
Yeah. But if it's just going on visuals, obviously he's white.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. I think they have ulterior motives, and I think that a lot of people are playing with the alt-right, and don't really believe that it really is about an ethno-state totally, or what that entails in actuality if they were going to carry that out. I don't think they think about that. I think they just think about the talking points, the propaganda points, the preserving Western values talking points. They're like, oh, that's a good idea. I like Western values. I don't want to be Syria, which is totally understandable, but that's not what it actually is.
Oh, no,
and they're just like, yeah, they're just dog whistling to all these people who do feel disenfranchised and do feel like they don't have a voice. And they got a lot of them. And you were right. I heard you before when you said the social justice warriors like paved the way, were the biggest propaganda piece for the alt-right. It's totally true, because a lot of different people from different political and socioeconomic and racial backgrounds came together seeing the bullshit in that. And then the alt-right was a part of that, and then they swoop in and be like, hey, are you disenfranchised? Do you feel like you can't speak? Well, here's a bunch of ideas that are slightly towards your inclinations. And then a few months later, all the centrists and stuff are like, oh, that's valid. We want to have free speech, and we always espouse this and stuff. But it's a slippery slope. It's really complicated, and it's more complicated than people think. And now we have everybody dipping their toes in when I don't think they really know what they're talking about or what it actually entails if this very prevalent, like, well-established movement actually gets a foothold.
Well, see, the thing with the alt-right is playing basically on the fears and paranoia of people who feel like they're being demonized for no reason. And by playing on those fears and paranoia, they gain strength. And you have groups within the alt-right who like to use the same tactics as the SJWs. They're very much upon the identity politics train, in which they sit there and say, oh, well, poor me, I'm oppressed, and therefore I need stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same
I feel
idea.
like it's like we were always all laughing at extremists, and now some of us are becoming the extremists. On the flip side, hey, what happened?
Yep, more technical difficulties. Story of the night.
Tentacle difficulties. Is Opal there?
What? What did you say?
I said tentacle difficulties because it sounded like you said tentacle.
Shit. Yeah, I get it. That was good.
That was good, right?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I appreciate a terrible joke.
Thank you.
But yeah, the identitarians, right, and stuff.
Yeah.
They want to preserve the white race. White
wondering
culture.
how much more we should talk about this, though, since we are having that woman on tomorrow. Or should we just have her in now?
Well, that's up to y'all. I just wanted to give you what I've had to deal with as far as the alt-right, and you can use that for yourself when you're talking with her, because I know a lot of their talking points, and a lot of them are very easy to deal with once you know that they're coming.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, listen, we'll talk to her tomorrow still, right? Because we need a stream for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I guess the last thing I'd say is, right, we want to preserve white culture and stuff like that, and they're afraid sort of white people becoming extinct, the white genocide and all that nonsense. But the funny thing is, like, for me, I couldn't give a shit if white people are gone in 200 years' time. Because it's not going to be overnight, right? It's going to be a gradual thing. You know, and sure, like, white people will become more and more of a minority if things keep going the way they are. But I don't care. Like, they'll still all be British people and American people.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like, things evolve, right? In a sense, it's evolution. And I don't care. I don't care if when I'm dead in 200 years, there's no white people left.
Nobody cares that most white people now are a mix of a bunch of different white people that weren't even considered white at the time.
It is really hard to find a truly white person. I mean,
like I'm Italian and Irish. Those people were very opposed to each other, even recently in America.
Yeah, for a long time, the Irish and the Italians weren't considered white.
Yeah, my great grandfather was like had the shit kicked out of him, and he lived in Brooklyn during the time period where it was big beef between those two, and he was half Italian, half Irish, and he got the shit kicked out of him from the Italian people because he was Irish, shit kicked out of him from the Irish because he was Italian, and then went home and got the shit kicked out of him by his parents, and ended up schizophrenic and in a mental institution on dialysis his whole life from the medication he had to take for it. So I don't know. It's been like all white people are mixes of white people. Nobody gives a fuck as long as you're white. You think in 200 years the people in the future will give a fuck that they're racially mixed? No, they won't.
We'll all be one lovely shade of tan.
Yeah.
Like 500 years time, and that'll be fine.
Well, nobody at that point will care.
Well, I mean, like with the alt-right, one of the talking points I've had to deal with is they like to sit there and go, "Well, London is only 50% white now," and I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, "Well, London is a hub. It's a political and trade hub.
Yeah.
And, the minorities tend to center around there." So I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I want to give this, a good looking, I want to look into it very well. So I looked over the most recent census for the UK, and it is, 87% white in the UK? And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the reason why you shouldn't use cities to show national statistics.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I mean, I don't know, like, London's always, for a long time, it's been a very multicultural place, London.
Yeah, it's like New York or something.
Well, yeah. Big centers of trade and politics usually are. I mean, you take a look at the Roman Empire. Rome was very much the same way. Any other country, it's generally the same way because that's where the trade is. That's where politics takes place. That's where most of the big businesses are. So that's where they're going to go.
Yeah. I mean, London does really well, bizarrely well. I didn't know how well it did. Like, I knew London was a massive sort of center of the world, right? I didn't know. I mean, it beats New York a lot for the sort of financial capital of the world, which I had no idea. I assumed a city like New York would always trump London, but it doesn't. And I think Shanghai is about to take over consistently.
I was surprised when I found out, because this was something I didn't know, that apparently there are two different Londons and one is separate from the other. I did not know that.
What?
Yeah, there's a smaller London, right? There's there's a London. Well, I think we've got more than two Londons though.
In London?
I think there's a London just outside of London, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
An area outside of London. I believe it's somewhat like Essex, but I'm not entirely too sure on that. It might. I mean, I don't know. Like we've got.
Well, I know there's another London which is kind of only answerable to I think was it the House of Lords, and it's like an economic area mostly, like banks and businesses and stuff like that.
I'm starting to robot really bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Your robot maybe F5 it or something.
So, am I still roboting?
Sounds better.
I am or not?
You sound good now.
I'm good now.
Yes.
Okay, so the way it was explained to me was that there was a second London, which was basically only answerable to, I think, the House of Lords. And it was a bigger economic area for like banks and businesses. And it was kind of separate from the main London city.
Somebody said the city of London is its own state. Was this Game of Thrones? Get out of here. Shit.
I do know London makes up a fifth of the British economy, which is there has been arguments that Londoners want to be their own separate thing because they believe they prop up the rest of the country.
Yeah.
With all the money they make and things like that. Which is funny because it's quite sort of representative though. Really, it's not like they're giving us tons of. I mean, a city like Manchester makes a lot of money because that is a big city.
Yeah. Like if New York was like, "Hey, we're doing pretty good. Fuck y'all," and like we're doing all right. Let's go away from the rest of the United States.
Well, the rest of the country has a lot of resources, What about the North Sea sort of gas supply and our oil? That's nowhere near London. That's in Scotland nearly. And it's like,
think of all the trade agreements that would have to be had.
Yeah, it benefits them, but I don't know. Londoners get stuck on it. It was because of Brexit. All of London voted to remain in Europe, essentially.
Yeah.
So did all of Manchester. The big metropolitan places wanted to remain, and all the sort of bumblefuck areas were like, we sick of these Muslims type thing. Which is funny because they're the areas with the lowest Muslim population. The ones with the high ones were fine with them.
Well, from the way it was explained to me, Brexit was more than just the immigration issue. It was also had to deal with the fact that Britain lost basically control of a lot of its fishing waters. It also had 50% of the laws that were passed for the UK were passed by the EU by people that weren't even elected by British.
Yeah, well, I mean, so it's a funny one because the Brexit vote was sold in a lot of different ways. A lot of them very stupid. There was, I mean, don't mistake it. There was a huge sort of xenophobic type thing narrative that was also pushed. Because that was the selling point, right, between the Brexiters. That was their sort of main campaign thing. Like, okay, we need to take control back of our country and shut the borders. And but also they were like, so we have a lot of regulations imposed on us by Europe. And it was always the stupid things that they were touting. They were like, we can only have vacuum cleaners this powerful. Like, can we not have great British vacuum cleaners that have a real good suck on them? And like it was loads of weird little things like that were being talked about, not the fishing, vacuum cleaners and hair dryers and the size of our oranges and stuff like that. It was really weird shit that they were sort of, peddling, which I found bizarre. But like Britain doesn't really have a Bill of Rights, like human rights and stuff, but like we have a European sort of Bill of Rights, which we enjoy now. But like, what happens when we're out of Europe? Do we stop having rights?
Yes.
Well, is there no way like the British people can bring that up to their MPs?
You would think they would have thought of that, though. Like, I think that would be a talking point that we're going to be able to set our own laws and our own like sort of constitutional bullshit.
Well, no one mentioned that.
Like, what about that though?
I like to think people might know.
Charmin Man says we do the 1689 Bill of Rights, Magna Carta, etc.
Is that not like extremely out of date though? Like, and they don't really cover anywhere near like as to the extent that the European sort of Bill of Rights does, because it's much more modern.
Can we get Charming Man on to talk about this? You want to come on?
We can get Charming Man on, actually. Yeah.
If you want to come on and talk about this, that'd be appropriate.
Well, my question would be, wouldn't it be within the ability of the British citizen to bring this up to their MPs, since with Brexit going on, you're leaving the EU, that perhaps the Bill of Rights within the UK should be updated?
I don't know if we'll even notice, to be honest. I don't think most people will. I don't know, a lot of people in Britain, they've got their heads down and they're too busy with the daily grind to give a shit about most things. It's weird. There are like a lot of differences when it comes to America and the UK. I mean, Americans love the Constitution, and they're very sort of conscious of the freedoms that they have.
Yeah.
Whereas here, we just assume we have them without actually looking into the logistics of it for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have a great national pride in Britain. It's not really a thing. You know, you walk around England, there's no British flags hanging out. You might find one or two in the city, but we don't have them on everyone's lawn. And
yeah, you noticed that when you came over here.
Yeah. And I don't know. There are positives and negatives to everything, you know. And we have our negatives definitely.
I'm gonna mute myself while I make e-liquid. I'm gonna have to do it.
And one of them, I think we should be a bit more conscious about how we're getting fucked by the government.
Oh, of course. That's one of the things. One of the reasons why, like in the U.S., we're very happy with the fact that we have our Constitution and our constitutional rights, because it kind of helps to keep the government from fucking us too badly.
Yeah. Well, you have protection. You have built-in protection, right?
Yes.
You know, which I don't know if we've ever really had, not to the same degree that the Constitution has. But there are a lot of rights that came from Europe that we kind of enjoy at the moment. I don't know what's going to happen when we're out. I mean, do we still have them? Are they still applicable to us at that point? I'm not too sure they are. So, I mean, that'd be an interesting thing to talk about going forward with Brexit.
Oh, of course. I mean, well, my original question was, isn't it within the realm of possibility that, like you, as a concerned British citizen, could bring this up with your MP and see what perhaps the answer would be?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, it's up to the masses, you know. I guess I can make a lot of noise about it, and hopefully maybe it catches on, and I can talk to my friends about it, and you know, we can go to our local MP. The local MPs do tend to be quite good here, actually. It is one good thing about it. You tend to get heard, and they'll sort out a lot of your problems. I think I remember my friend. I think it was John. Like you don't know him, but he's a friend of mine, and something happened to his car, right? His dad's car, and he went to his local MP, and he was like, "Look, this is bullshit. A bunch of vandals trashed my car, and I'm sick of it." And the MP got him a new car. Like, he was like, "All right."
What?
He's like, "Leave it with me." Yeah, he's like, "We'll see what we can do about it." And a couple of weeks, he got back to him. He's like, "What was the value of your car?" He's like, "This," and he's like, "All right, pick one of these out," and he got him a new car, which was quite good. So
that's unheard of.
I would have been like, Mercedes, please.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, it was really expensive. Come to think of it.
Yeah. I had a Lamborghini. I swear it was a Lamborghini.
Yeah. So I think if you can be bothered here, if you can be bothered actually talking to your local MP, they do tend to listen to the average person. You know, you can get things done.
How good off.
I mean, you saw how ridiculous our last general election was. We had like a man in the big bucket head sort of stood next to Theresa May running. I'm like, this doesn't happen in any other country in the world.
We had Vermin Supreme.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We had a bunch of lunatics though. We had about 4 of them, right? Stood next to her on stage. It was odd.
That's hilarious though.
Lord Buckethead, he was called.
Okay, I'm going back to old school Vaporess for a minute, and I'm making e-liquid live on stream. Here. Yeah. Someone, Laszlo said, have to tell me your recipe for vape. So I have 100 milligram per milliliter nicotine and vegetable glycerin, which I'm not going to do next time. I'm going to have it in propylene glycol because it's easier to work with. So I shake that up. I got my bottle here. This is what is this? This is a 100 milliliter bottle. And so I want it like 7 milligrams per milliliter for my vape. So I'm going to do 7 milliliters of this shit. All right. Yeah. Vapor stream. I'm going back to my old stuff. I just need to get my cleavage out. and then
Vape
I will be
science
that.
with Day.
Yeah, vape science with Day. I have too much stuff here at the moment. It's not very safe. Always wear gloves when you handle nicotine because it's very strong and it will fuck you up. Or just be like me and don't.
This isn't good for the kids. You're not
It's
teaching
science.
well.
Yes, not age restrict this. Okay, so I got my 7, and then I gotta use this thing because the vegetable glycerin's too thick. So I gotta use my little, what do you call these things?
Syringe?
No, these things. Little spouty thing. What's
Like a
that called?
funnel?
Yeah, funnel. It's
A
called
little spouty thing.
little spouty thing. I know what a funnel is. I just forgot for a moment. All right, let that go in there. Where's all my vape peeps at? I was thinking about Ethan doing Vape Nation, but he's so cringy these days.
I know.
Let's talk about H3H3. They're
they're
terrible
the
now.
They're the worst.
I hate them. They're so unfunny.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, I'm assuming you did as well, but I used to really like it.
Oh, I loved them.
Yeah. They were one of the first YouTube channels I really started binging, like binge watching.
The black honey tobacco flavoring from Flavor's Apprentice.
Oh no,
Okay.
fucked threading.
You what?
Fucked threading. Oh my god, this is fucked.
What is it? Your vapes?
Oh, I've done it. It's okay. I've got it out. Yeah. Anyway, so I started watching H3 and I loved them, right? Because they were always so ridiculous and over the top and just goofy, but they usually made a good point. You know, they were able to sort of not really satirize but parody people quite well.
Yeah.
And they were fun, right? So that happens for a while, and they're a really good YouTube channel. And I'm liking everything they do for the most part. And somewhere along the way, they become very serious. And I think because he got a massive ego and he starts buying into his own shit now, right?
Yeah.
People are really listening to what he's saying. When he makes fun of a channel, everyone's like, "Oh, this channel sucks," because Ethan told us.
Yep.
He got to the point where he kind of believed he was like God, right? And it all fucked up when he attacked Leafy.
Yeah, why do you think that? Why wouldn't he attack Leafy?
Because before he attacked Leafy, he was in DMs with Leafy sucking his nuts and
Oh,
bitching about pyrocynical.
Yeah,
So that,
I forgot about
really,
that.
yeah, that really revealed him to be some little sort of two-faced,
Like slimy.
weasel. Yeah, playing the game. But he bought into his own bullshit that he thought he could just do that and get away with it. He's like, well, everyone hates Leafy. I'm the sheriff around these parts now because I'm Ethan. And you could just tell his ego swole. He became less funny.
His ego got swole.
It got swole as fuck. And it's gotten to the point now where his videos are such a dull affair. Like they really are compared to what they used to do.
And Hila just sits there like oddly smiling with that look on her face, like, oh wait, I guess she has way more teeth than me, so she's like,
yeah. And
it's terrifying.
Maybe she's secretly the first robot woman.
Quick update: I fill it up halfway with my flavoring because I have this formula worked out because it's a 100 milliliter bottle, and then I fill up the rest with a vegetable glycerin. Get the kind derived from palm oil if you can, and it's a USP food grade kosher non-GMO. It's like the closest you can get to. It's like not pharmaceutical grade, but I think it might be something.
Somebody get with those people and have Day get some money for that promo.
Yeah. Flavor's Apprentice. I get my. This is not a sponsored video. I'm a great sponsor. This is from Vapor Tech. They got good nicotine, just pure nicotine. Get the 100 milligram per milliliter because you get more bang for your buck, and also it's easier to measure because it's 100 milligrams per milliliter and not like 12. Yes.
I don't know. I vape some nasty shit sometimes.
Yeah, it fucks you up.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, man. It's the creamy flavors get to me.
Yeah, well, there's the flavorings are probably the most harmful thing in e-liquid, so that's why I've stuck with black honey tobacco for so long because I can vape it all day, and also it doesn't have like diacetyl or anything in it that's like questionable in high amounts. Or like, I know a lot of vapes have like sucralose or actual sugar in them. That's not cool to vape. Anything with oils in it, you don't want to be vaping because it can give you like lipid-based pneumonia and shit, like builds up in your lungs. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Sorry to interrupt. My headset's dying, so I'm going to have to drop out. I didn't know it was on charge. Thank you for having me on, though.
Thanks for coming on. You were very helpful. And if you want to shoot me talking points, just put them on Roy's Discord, and I will pop in there eventually.
All right, will do. Thank you very much.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming on, Day Chris.
Have a good day.
This is why it takes so long. This because vegetable glycerin is super thick, and it takes forever to go down this thing. And I used to have a bottle with a wider neck, so I could just fucking dump it in there, but I can't anymore, so I have to use this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
DIY liquid with vape breath.
Coming back. Yeah.
You talk to people.
Me, hi everybody. What up, bitches? Yeah, I don't like don't like H3 anyway, not anymore.
Oh yeah, they're so bad now. They're so cringy. And then he got that podcast and he started. I hate that he's best friends with the dude from Rick and Morty. I'm like, why?
Oh,
It makes me question Rick and Morty more.
Yeah.
Justin Roiland, because Justin Roiland seems like a cool guy, and but I like saw their hangout videos. I was like, are they having fun? Because it doesn't seem like fun to me.
Yeah, what up, peeps? Well, you know what I also really didn't like was when he had a go at PewDiePie for dropping an M-bomb.
Yeah, talk about that.
Because, like, I mean, the thing is, like, he's cool with PewDiePie, right? They were friends.
He was.
But I'm assuming they still are friends.
Yeah.
And so PewDiePie, you know, he says nigger when he's fucking playing the game. Just kind of, you know, just popped out. There was no malice in it. And Ethan really sort of went quite hard on him unnecessarily. Yeah. He essentially called him a racist without actually saying that. He's like, well, for that to pop out of his mouth, that word must be in his head a lot. It must be swirling in there.
Yeah, and that was
like,
so bad.
Whoa, hang on. Like, this guy's your friend. PewDiePie clearly is quite a chill dude who doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. And, you know, he just gets on with his content. And then you have that hypocrisy, right, of him loving it when iDubbbz is on, and he just keeps
like,
saying,
oh, I like saying that. I like saying that.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
he's like it's liberating.
And even iDubbbz was like, I think you're liking it in a different way than I like it, dude. Like, he was weirded out.
Ian's like, whoa, dude, you're using that a little bit too liberally there. Even I'm getting a bit uncomfortable. Because he's just like, what? And then he's like, so good, nigger faggot. Like, he just wants something.
I think we're using it in different ways.
Yeah. Well, this is, he's so unself-aware these days. Like, he thinks he can do that and then really go in hard on PewDiePie for accidentally saying it one time. And it's like, I don't think it works that way, man. Like,
no.
He really does think he's like some sort of YouTube Jesus at this point.
Yeah. I haven't watched his videos in forever. I'm going to watch some just to see what's up.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in a way, H3 was some sort of influence on us back in the day. Yeah. When we first started our channel, I was bang into their content.
Yeah. That's around the time I was as well.
Although it was already maybe slightly on the decline. But yeah, I don't know. When did you start disliking him? What did it for you?
Actually, it was in the collaborate. Like, there were a couple videos where I was like, oh, that's not the usual thing. It was kind of, when did he move? Didn't he move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's in LA now.
It was before he moved. But it became more prevalent once he moved to LA. That I started, like, consistently disliking everything he posted. And it was actually the iDubbbz collaboration with the sewer chicken.
Yeah, the chicken.
And I didn't know who iDubbbz was at the time, but I'm like, who is this retarded guy and what the fuck are they doing? It's not even funny. Like, they're just like going down in the sewer, lol, shouting about chicken, Cool. So it made me
Yeah.
hate iDubbbz right off the bat, and that was just a terrible episode.
Yeah. I wouldn't let it lie though.
I'm done with my e-liquid. Fill the rest with vegetable glycerin. Now it looks like I'm jerking it off.
You jerk it. You
Yeah.
jerk it.
I have to shake it. You have to shake it well to mix it because you don't want the nicotine in there.
You're supposed to let it steep for a while.
You are, unless you're out of e-liquid.
Yeah, true. I wouldn't let you sort of dislike iDubbbz really. I kept having to go at you about that.
I know. Well, I like his content cop stuff. I still don't like his bad unboxing. The joke's over after one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I don't watch
I
it.
normally steep it, but I'm normally not completely out of e-liquid, and I don't really care. It doesn't taste that different.
She's had a rough night, Lavwell.
Yeah.
Right? Been stressy.
Yeah. Been stressing. I'm on prednisone. Makes me feel crazy.
I'm just gonna say it here. I think we should tell him.
What?
She's pregnant.
No, I'm not.
She's not. She's not. But yeah. So I don't know. I think I like. I used to like H3 more than iDubbbz at a certain point. Now I way prefer iDubbbz. I think.
Yeah, I have more respect for iDubbbz now than I do H3 at all.
I mean, you have to like his content cops, really.
I love them.
Like they are like an event when he drops one.
Yeah.
You know, everyone watches it on YouTube. Essentially, everyone hears about it. There's kind of no one that doesn't. Yeah. I don't know. It's cool, dude.
And now you vape it.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that good.
Yep. And now you have a giant, huge 100 milligram bottle of e-liquid that probably costs you about 50 cents to make, and not how much would this cost?
Well, this 60 ml bottle cost me £17.
Yeah. So what's that, like 20 odd dollars? And how many milligrams is that?
60.
60. So it'd be like $50 for this, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe,
good value.
Maybe less, but if you add tax on it, yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to start making some of that shit for me.
I will.
Yeah, I need it. I don't want to keep spending money on these things.
Yeah.
I could probably, to be fair, I could learn to make it. I don't think
you could, but you have to get like the flavors you want and stuff, and that's where you gotta like be careful, like research the flavorings.
Yeah.
Flavors Apprentice is good because it lists like the ingredients in the flavors, so you can know what you're vaping. Because it really is the flavors that are like the only bad part. I mean, nicotine's obviously going to have some mild stimulant effects on you, but nothing really more harmful than caffeine.
I mean, I don't buy this. Like, there's this thing where it's like, oh, vaping's probably just as bad as smoking, and I just can't buy that. I can't imagine how it possibly could be when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, and especially with the way you feel when you're smoking or vaping.
Yeah, that's always a major sign, right? Your body tends to tell you a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, I wake up, my chest is wheezing, I feel like shit, I keep coughing. The hairs, there's this, what are they called? The sticklers, whatever, on the back of your throat get burnt off.
Cilia?
Maybe. Is that it? I don't know.
They
do mucus and stuff. But they get burnt off when you smoke. And it's like, all these things happen to you instantly without even getting cancer. And I'm like, okay, you probably read into that. You probably read into the fact that there's like 1,000 causing chemicals in cigarettes, and just a ton of poisons as well, like arsenic and other things like this in there. So I'm like, how can e-liquid that has essentially 3 things in it be as bad? I don't buy it.
Well, it's not 3 things because the flavoring has multiple things in it.
Fine. Well, 3 major things, all right? 3 major.
Yeah.
Your VG, your PG, your flavoring, and your nicotine top 4.
Yeah. Cool. But the flavoring is where you have to be careful because that is kind of like the unknown element.
Yeah.
But I like my black honey tobacco. It's great.
Yeah.
Just whip up a batch of e-liquid. It's easy. I just did it.
See, I'm not too keen on that flavor, to be honest.
Well, we'll get you a different flavor.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll probably want something fruity.
Yeah, right? We can get a bunch of fruit flavors and mix them. See what works. Mess around with them.
Yeah. I like a bit of bubblegum.
Okay.
Bubblegum's nice. Good flavor. Very neutral and cool.
It's definitely not neutral, but it is tasty.
Oh, whatever. Come on this stream, trying to make me look like an idiot.
Laszlo says I like my extra buttery popcorn flavor. I know what we talk about. Vape jokes, lol. Das Seedle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Laszlo suggested that we do a vape stream one time. I'll be down for that. Probably not gonna be on my channel, but I'll go on.
That'd be the gayest thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Like my streams are gay, but not that gay. Yes.
Didn't Council of Physicians come out and say it's 95 to 97% safer than cigarettes? I'm not entirely sure. They probably did. I know my dad went to the doctor. So he started vaping at one point and he got a bad throat. And he went to the doctor. He was like, yo, he's like, I think my vape's fucking me up. He's like, should I go back to smoking? And the GP basically said, look, he's like, if you have got a bad throat, it's probably because you've just switched to vaping, and you've not quite gotten used to it yet. But he was like, I would rather you vape than smoke cigarettes. He's like, I'm pretty sure it's 90% better for you, which was probably quite a, conservative estimate. So yeah, is Mitch back? Is Mitch here again?
No. He said I used to do live streams. I still do, but I used to too. And it's a Mitch Hedberg joke. I caught that.
Mitch Hedberg. Oh my god, yeah. I remember seeing him play a gig in Britain.
I didn't know you saw him.
Oh no, I watched it on TV.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, he was on Summit like Comic Strip Presents, like a variety sort of comedy show where you get like comedian after comedian on, and they all get about a 10-minute set. And Mitch Hedberg fucking died on his ass.
Yeah, I've seen that. It was almost funnier to me when he died.
Yeah, because he was laughing to himself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I relate to his personality.
Yeah. I just remember, I don't know, the only thing I remember is like, if a boat sinks, he's like, I will grab onto a line.
Yeah.
Because they always float. And everyone's like,
oh God.
Yeah, he was good. I didn't like him at first. I'll be honest. I was like, a bit odd, whatever. Like, well, I did kind of start seeing the ridiculousness in it, and I kind of decided to really enjoy that.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy jokes that aren't funny to like Mitch Hedberg, really. You have to derive the comedy from it being a shit joke, which I think we're good at.
Do you think the British people would like him?
Because... Yeah, well, I don't know. They probably did. I think it was just that one gig.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, it's almost once that chain reaction happens with the audience, it's easy to like have it go downhill real quick. If you don't get those first few laughs, it changes the vibe in the room because it's like a big collective of people. Then people almost feel afraid to laugh. Then once people start laughing again, it's like, ha 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 ha. Oh, we can laugh again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one idiot laughing and everyone else is sad. Serious topic though. Actually, for a second, I wanted to bring this up. I mean, these.
Confused by Dan. He's confusing me.
Confused by Dan. Okay,
yeah, well, I think he might be watching the stream because he said, ah ha ha ha. I said, what? He said, nice paper towels, yo. Yeah, more paper towels. No, don't bite the towels. They did nothing to you. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, you bit the paper towels or vape. Same thing. I said, are you watching? I don't know.
Oh, is he?
My real life and my YouTube life coming together right now, I think maybe. He said, I see everything. He's watching. Fuck you, Dan.
Yeah.
Love you.
Oh. You're right, Dan, mate. How's it going there? But yeah, seriously though, on a more serious note, please.
Yeah, sorry.
I think you have to ask the question, about the ethics of llamas in the Middle East. I mean, is llama bad?
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah. Is llama bad?
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I
I
thought about
don't
it.
know.
I was thinking about that one in the pub.
Did you make that up or did you hear that?
I think I made it up. I
You
think.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure about it.
Ed says, I'll be home in an hour. How late are you going for?
Oh, fucking hell.
I don't want to be on for another hour.
No, this was supposed to
No.
be just a wind down chill, not a marathon, Ed.
Yeah, I do feel a lot more chill though, to be fair.
Yeah,
I was really pissed at the beginning of
I
this.
know you were. I know.
I let my Boston out.
She got like this when I was there and she hit me a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah, you laugh. Don't laugh it off. It wasn't funny.
and pay respects to Roy dying. Everybody's paying respects to you.
Oh, it was a good joke. Fuck off. That was a sound joke. All right. Listen. Right. So there's a bloke driving on the highway, right?
Yeah.
And his boss calls him. We say, "Oh, you've been promoted from cleaner to chef, right?" And he swerves his car a little bit. He's like, "Oh my God!" And he gets back on road. He's like, "Okay, cool." So then his boss calls him back up again. He's like, "You know what?" He's like, "I tell you what, you've been promoted to head chef now." And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he swerves even more violently, nearly hits the car, gets back on the road. It's like fucking hell, right? Chef calls him up again. He's like, "I tell you what, mate, fuck it, you're manager." And then he fucking flies off the highway into a tree. Right. So the police come later and they're like, "What happened?" Because he did do the breathalyzer, nothing. He's sober as a judge. "What happened, mate?" And he's like, "I careered off road."
Careered off road?
Yeah,
Like careened?
careered. He got promoted so many times. He careered off the road.
What's careered mean? Like
It's like you're careering off. Do you say something different in America?
I don't think careering is a thing.
Careered off
Like
road. Do you guys get that in the
careening
chat?
is a thing. Careening.
No, that's the thing. You can career off the road.
How do you spell it?
I don't fucking know.
This joke, I hate. What is that? I'm so confused by it.
That's the thing, right,
Careered.
chat? Look,
Yeah, look, is careered off the road. Dacre says we say careening. Is careered off the road a thing?
yeah, that's the thing.
Make Roy leave.
No, that was good. That was good. If I leave now out of the blue, you'll all be sorry.
Do you spell it like career?
I don't know. Just write careered off road or something. You'll see. You'll see. I'm not a lunatic.
Career off the road. Careen versus career grammarist. Okay. Apparently it is a point of contention.
Well,
The definition of career is to move forward at full speed, especially in an uncontrolled or unsteady motion. Careen used to mean to turn a ship. Actually, careen makes less sense in this thing.
yeah, okay. Once Lee's got it sorted.
What's he say?
Career, something verb, past tense, careered, past. Oh, I don't even know what he's saying. I'm too drunk to read.
Past
Moves
participle.
swiftly
Career
and is
moves
uncontrollable.
swiftly in an uncontrollable way.
Well, yeah, no, it's right. It's right. It is right. Yeah.
Oh.
See?
Well, I learned something new from this joke.
Yeah, you suck the life out of my joke.
Careening is actually less accurate.
Well, I've never even heard of that before. I don't even know what that means. That sounds ridiculous to me. But yeah.
No, Roy is right. It is something people say.
Everyone sound clip that. Sound clip her saying Roy is right, please. I want to see that all over Twitter. But I think, Day.
Yeah.
I'd like to tell you a true story, actually, not a joke.
Okay.
A true story. This was I had a friend, right, and this was when I was single. Okay.
I don't trust this story, by the way.
So when I was single. This was a long time ago. I was a single young virile man, right, with my friend.
How long ago was it?
I don't know. It's not me. It's a joke, right? So, right, there were two blokes, right, and they're both out on the pull, right?
Yeah.
And one of them's getting nowhere, right?
On the pole?
Yeah, trying to pull a woman, trying to get off.
Okay, all right, sure.
Do not say that either.
No, we don't say that either.
Oh, they're on the pull. They're trying to pull a chick, right?
No, all right.
Right. So it's not going to be worse. It's going to be pretty good. So they're on the pull, right? And one of them gets talking to this sort of little firecracker, all right? And one of them's just on his own. He's like, oh fucking hell, fed up of this. I'm not getting anywhere. So his mate leaves, right, with this bird. He's like, I'll see you tomorrow, Bill. He's like, all right, off you pop, Dave. So yeah. Next day they meet back up in the same pub, yeah. And Bill's like, I tell you what, got that girl home. All fell to pieces. Went to shit, mate. Didn't get anywhere with her. She was a feminist. So then Bill's like, oh, I had a great night. He's like, what? Fuck off. He's like, you were dead in the water all night. I saw you, you know. And he's like, no. He's like, I tell you what happened, right? So I leave the pub, right? Not pulled anybody. Terrible man. And I'm walking over the train tracks, right? And I see this girl fucking tied to him, right? So I fucking undo her quickly. She's naked, right? So I take her home in that. She's gone totally blue, right? And I warm her up and everything. And you know, I draw her a bath. I put her in the bath, you know. And before I know it, you know, I'm fucking her. We fuck all night long. You know, it was glorious. The best sex I've ever had in my entire life. So he goes like, fucking Bill's like, that's crazy, mate. He's like, did you get a blowy off her? Did she suck you off like? And he's like, oh no, I didn't find the head.
Oh no, no,
She'd been run over by the train, and she was a corpse when he found her. That's the joke, everybody.
No.
Mancunian talk.
Oh my god.
That's a good. Don't lie. That's a good one. You like it? Look at you.
That is good. That was a good one. I wasn't expecting it, to be fair. That was a really good one. That was a nice setup as well. Really painted
I don't know.
Picture.
I think I forgot half of the joke, to be honest. I can't remember how it's supposed to go. Scott told me that one, I think.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Nothing like a good necro joke, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I've got too many. I'm just going to keep going.
Tell him another one while I pee and have a beer.
Oh.
Get a beer.
Okay. Which one to tell him though?
I don't know. Figure it out. Okay. Be right back.
All right, guys. I'm going to tell you one. This might be the best joke I've ever told in my life, actually. So, all right. There's this couple upstairs late at night trying to get to bed. All right. Knock on the door. The guy runs down. Who the fuck can that be at this time in the morning? He hears a little voice from outside the door. He's like, "Who is it?" And the guy's like, "Sorry, mate, can you give me a push?" And he's like, "Fuck off." So he goes upstairs back to his wife. She's like, "Who was that, honey?" He's like, "Oh, some cunt's broken down outside, wants me to go out in the pissing rain and give his car a push." So anyway, so he goes back to bed. Another knock. 1 minute later, runs back down. He's like, "Who's this?" Same voice again. "Can you give me a push, please?" He's like, "Fuck off, mate." Bang. Shuts the letterbox, locks the door, runs back upstairs. His wife is like, "Was that same bloke again?" He's like, yeah, it was actually. He keeps telling me to give him a push. She's like, "Oh, but remember when we were on our honeymoon, Daryl, and we broke down, and you know, if it wasn't for that house that you knocked on, that kind man that gave us a push, our honeymoon would have been an absolute disaster." So he's like, "Oh fucking hell, fine, right." So he gets his shoes on, gets his coat on, unlocks his door, goes out, walks to the street, can't see anybody, pissing it down, soaking. He's like, "I wonder where that chap's gone then." So he starts shouting. He's like, "Mate," he's like, "Where are you? I'll give you a push." And then he hears a faint voice coming from the field across him. He's like, "I'm in the park on the swing." No, was that good? I think that was good. All right. Oh, I don't know. I think the chat's a little bit behind. I'll only get feedback on that in about 10 seconds. I'm sorry, fellas. It's been a stressful day. Okay. It's definitively not good then, right? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Was it great? Was it a great joke?
They didn't like it. They didn't like that one.
Oh, they hate it.
I think I should tell it again.
Tell it real quick. Do the short version.
Okay.
I think I should tell it again.
Yeah, this is great. Right, this is how this is audience retention.
Yeah,
right
this
here.
is how you win them over.
Yeah. So, all right. So, man and wife in bed, yeah?
Yeah.
Pissing it down outside.
Yep.
And I will not kill myself, Ryan. And there's a knock at the door. So he's like, "Who the fuck is this at this time?" So he runs down. He's like, looks through his letterbox. He's like, "What do you want, mate?" He's like, "Can you give me a push?" So he's like, "Fuck off!" So he slams the fucking thing. He's like, goes upstairs. His wife's like, "Who was it?" He's like, "Some cunt's broken down. He wants me to go out in the fucking pissing rain and give his car a push."
Yeah.
So she goes to sleep anyway. And then a minute later, bang, bang, bang on the door again. He goes back down and he's like, "Hello?" He's like, "Can you give me a push?" And he's like, "No, I've already told you to fuck off. Go away." So he runs back upstairs, right? And she's like, "Was it him again?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Hang on, come on, be fair though." He's like, "Remember on our honeymoon when we broke down, right? Pissing wet rain. And we wouldn't have got to the hotel if it wasn't for that nice man that came out and helped us."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, you fucking bitch, guilt tripping me again." Yeah. Like, I regret marrying you. Anyway, so he gets his fucking coat off, whacks his shoes on, right? Storms outside. Can't see anyone. Getting soaked through. He's like, "Where's he gone?" So he's like, "Mate," he's like, I'll give you that push now." He's like, "Where are you?" He's like, he hears a little faint voice from the field next to him. He's like, "I'm in the park on the swing."
Okay.
That
Wait,
was
is that
it.
it?
That's the he was on the swing. He didn't want his car to be pushed at
Oh
all.
my god, no!
Did I ruin it?
No, I hate that one.
What?
Oh, that's the worst. Oh, mate, I'm on the swing. No, that's ridiculous. Get out of here with that joke.
Oh, I'm not all gold, all right. I'm not all gold. You tell us a joke then, Day.
Oh shit! I accidentally did like my I hit the. Oh, it's still recording me. It's trying to figure out what I'm saying. It's the talk to text thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send this to Dan because he texted me, and now I'm gonna send all of what I'm saying to Dan, who I'm not going to dox, but you can see.
Oh,
maybe.
you can't see shit. It's just bright light.
It's just telling what I'm doing.
Yeah. Why wasn't Jesus born in England?
I sent that all to him. He said Jason is the king of I don't get it yet, with a frown face.
No, you didn't miss anything. It was all right. Listen, the last one was good. Don't all judge me off that last one. All right.
Yeah.
But, well, let's hear Day. Regale us with a hilarious joke.
I'm not good at jokes. I'm terrible at jokes, but I don't tell them, so you can't fault me for it.
Yeah.
I don't have any jokes. I haven't heard any jokes. I hear jokes, but they're too weird to remember because they're all yours.
Oh, what? You can't tell me that you've not heard one joke before you met me in your entire life.
No, I just don't care about them. Dan, tell me a joke. Dan, tell me a joke. Tell me a joke to say.
Down on the stream.
Text. Well, you said I wish I knew you were up, so because I drove by Woobert and I was bored. I mean, oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh well. I'm moving anyway.
That's true. The merry old fucking Manchester, where we'll all constantly bombard you with terrible jokes in the pub from now on.
Yeah, I'll have a lot of jokes by the end of that.
Yeah, you will. Okay.
I know. Why does Siamese twins move to England so the other one could drive?
Because we drive on the left side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. So they would. You can just stick it out the window, though, depending on which one was the smaller one or where they were connected. I don't know.
True.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a logistical nightmare, that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about the guy that went shoplifting on 4 vampires?
No.
He got done for theft on 4 counts.
Oh. Oh, no. Dan gave me a joke.
All right, go on.
Two sausages are in a frying pan and one goes to the other.
Oh, I know this one.
Whoa, it's hot in here.
Yeah.
And you do the punchline.
The other one goes, fucking hell, talking sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary, we've heard them all in England, Dan.
Yeah.
Come with another one. There's two flies on a bit of shit, right, having a munch, having a bit of a scram. And
yeah,
one of them just lets rip, right? Just fucking massive fart.
okay.
The other fly looks at him and goes, "Excuse me." That's that joke. Done.
What was it?
He's disgusted that one of them farted, yet they were dining on feces.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. This is why I never remember jokes, because they're never any good.
Why? All right, here's a good one. Here's a good punchy one. Why did the Scarecrow win a Nobel Prize?
I don't know why.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Nah.
I'm on all night, everybody.
Yeah. It's like the Mitch Hedberg special.
Yeah. Okay, I think we need to rein the jokes in.
Oh, Gaming and Yelling gave me a good joke. I'm gonna tell this one.
All right.
What do you call two Mexicans playing basketball? And it's okay because he's Mexican.
What?
Juan on Juan. I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's all right.
I like that one a lot. That's the best joke all night.
No, it's not better than the decapitated chick joke. That's ridiculous.
That one is pretty good. Oh, Dan said it. Oh, Dan's in chat. Hi, Dan.
Where's that? Oh, there he is.
Dan,
Yeah.
Juan, he knew.
Aye. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't got any. I've got way more, but I don't know. I don't think I should keep telling jokes.
No.
I think I'm going to ruin everything if I do.
We're done with jokes. We're done with joke time.
Yeah. So, is there any other topics you want to touch on before we get off the stream, Mark?
Oh no, hold on. Checking my DMs. Ed said he can come on in 40 minutes if we're still going. That was 13 minutes ago, so like a half an hour. About. I don't know. Oh no, we should keep going. Should we keep going?
But then when Ed gets on, how long are we going to stay?
Oh, like 5 minutes.
I don't know. We can or we can't. It's up to you. I don't mind.
I'll keep going for now. I don't know what to talk about, though. What would we talk about if it was just ourselves?
I don't know. Ask us some questions. Ask us our opinion on.
Yeah, it's a Q&A stream now, guys. Ask us got any questions.
Yeah.
Ryan Day Q&A. Ryan Day Q&A.
That works.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Did you know that in Japan, the physically disabled can get hand jobs from the nurses? I did know that, actually. Yeah.
Was that like that Ricky Gervais and Carl thing where?
That's why I know, because I just recently watched that.
Yeah. He's been on a bit of a Ricky Gervais show binge at the moment, which I recommend to anyone watching. It's one of the best podcasts ever made.
Yeah, it really is. It's great. It's great to binge watch.
When will you send me that?
Dan says he already knows everything. Dan doesn't need no Q&A. I've known him for like 12 years. 13 maybe.
Yeah. So are there any? I don't know. I've got tons of good stories, but I can't remember any of them. Think of a story I've told you.
Talk about.
I got loads. I got loads of great stories, but when I'm on the spot, I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, it's weird. If you were dinosaurs, what would you be? I'd be a pterodactyl so I could fly.
I think I'd be Brachiosaurus.
Well, so you could lumber about?
Yeah. Well, they look like they're pretty chill. You know, I don't want to be having to hunt things. I want to just eat some leaves. I got a big long head, neck. I can reach all the sustenance I need pretty easily. It'd be a nice life.
Brontosauruses can too, though.
They can, but Brachiosaurus is bigger than a Brontosaurus. So
They are bigger.
I was a bit of a dinosaur.
When I was in second grade, we had to do dinosaur project, and I chose the Brachiosaurus, and I made a clay, sort of like this weird clay model of one, and it smelled like gingerbread, and I wanted to eat it, but it was clay.
Yeah, yeah. I remember doing a project right in school, and they filmed us. We had to do like a talk show.
Oh shit! I want to see that so bad.
Oh, it was terrible. So they get four of us on the table, and in school I was very shy.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated being on camera. I hated everything about it. And I remember thinking, well, I remember afterwards I was like, I think I did pretty well there, actually. Right. I was like kind of relieved when it was over. I'm like, I think I got some talking points across, which was good. So I took the tape home, right? I was like, Mum and Dad, watch this. I think I did really well. And I was just happy to see myself on the TV, right? So I put it in. I didn't say one word.
Yeah.
I remember afterwards being like, I think I did well there.
Yeah.
Put it on. I didn't say one word the entire time, and I sat there. Yep.
Oh
I didn't say anything, and it wasn't even cut. I just didn't speak the entire time, and my brain.
Like, I did a good job.
Yeah, I thought I did, and I remember watching it. All I did was look at the camera a lot, looking terrified. Just taking little peeks right down the lens, like.
Oh my god!
I remember I was so embarrassed because I told my mum and dad, I was like, "This is pretty cool. I think you'll like it." They put it on, and they did that thing. It's like, "That was nice, Jay." And I'm like, thanks. And we all just sat there in humiliation.
Yeah. Elephant in the room over there. Oh, that's funny. You probably thought you did well because you didn't say anything stupid, and you were probably thinking a bunch of stuff. Maybe you convinced yourself that you said it, and it was great.
I remember one of the only things my mum asked me was like, because they were all like near each other, and I was at the far end of the table. They were like, "Jay, why was no one sat next to you?" I was like,
"You know what?
Sad. I don't know. I was a little weirdo in school. No one liked me.
No, nobody liked me either. I was made fun of. I was picked on as a kid.
Yeah, so was I. Well, I'm not really picked on. Not in primary school. We're all too young to pick on people, really, at that age.
I was picked on in primary or elementary school, middle school, and but mostly I was ignored. Like, I was picked on somewhat. If anybody had something to say, it wasn't a good thing, but mostly it was nothing at all.
Yeah.
I was very isolated. Like, I was ostracized, kind of.
Yeah, why was that?
I was very shy as well. Very shy in school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so was I. I got, I guess, a little bit more confidence in high school, which is what secondary school for us. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah. So age range for the people who don't know.
You start at 11 and leave when you're about what, 14, 15 or something.
Okay, yeah, that's like kind of like our middle school.
Yeah. Okay, middle school. Yeah. I got in. Well, I actually got in a lot of fights in middle school, I guess. So people kind of stopped picking on me after a while, which was nice.
Is that when things shifted?
Yeah, I don't know. I would just before that, I was the kind of person that someone could push over, and I just would do nothing because I was too terrified.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something just kind of snapped in me, I guess, at that point, and I was like, "Fuck it." Got a little bit rebellious, and I think it was the shock that did people in more than anything. Like, it was like, "Oh, here's like a little quiet kid. I'm going to pick on him," and then all of a sudden you turn around and you whack him in the face, and then no one knows what to make of you all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well,
who's this guy? What? I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Which was, which was nice. I was never part of the cool kids, never part of the sort of the chavs, the sort of the cocks of the school.
Yeah.
But I remember one day just being in the corridor, and one of the sort of more sort of boisterous guys came up to me, and he was like, "Just stop me!" And he's like, "You think you're really hard, don't you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You just think you're hard. Look at the way you speak to me now. You just think you're a hard guy." And I just had a fucking plethora of like erection jokes running through my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, was like, get out of here, Thomas. Little bitch. Go away. I remember, like, when I first moved into that school, he headbutted me for no reason.
What the fuck?
Give me a headbutt out of the blue. Don't know, because he could. He thought it was funny. But he was, I guess, a couple of years later, he didn't really know what to make of me, so he wouldn't do anything like that.
Yeah. Was he the guy that you had that like threat of fighting forever, but he was never there?
No, that was like an Asian guy, or a Middle Eastern guy, even.
For us Americans.
Yeah. He was a twat though. He kept throwing paper balls at my mate, and then I said something to him, and then he just continuously threw paper balls at me, and he kept on offering me out outside of science class. He's like, "I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna fuck you up." I'm like, "All right, then we'll do it." And then every lesson he was gone.
Yeah.
And I think it lasted about a month. And one time he actually did stay because I started just pointing out that like every time you run away, you're a pussy.
Yeah.
I guess he was at the point where he couldn't anymore.
Yeah, because his friends knew, and it became a thing then.
Yeah. And I just fucked him up. Like, well, I remember he hit me. He hit me. I was like, all right, man, you here? I was like, what was all that shit you were saying and stuff? I was like, well, are you gonna back any of that up or? And then he just like kind of hit me out of the blue, right? But
Yeah.
I remember it being really soft, like almost like a pretend hit.
Yeah.
And so I just whacked him back as hard as I could straight away, which I could tell hurt because he looked all shocked and scared all of a sudden and startled.
Yeah.
And I remember grabbing him in like a little headlock. I was walking around with him under my arm. And then other people just started kicking him in the stomach while I had him in a headlock. And I did feel a bit bad for him at that point.
Yeah. Did you let him go after that?
Yeah, well, after a couple of minutes. The science teacher broke it up.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Jones was a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
Remember, he just screamed "you" down the corridor. He pointed at me and just went "you." I was like, "Oh my god, what?"
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't enjoy my first two schools. I like college. College was good.
Yeah.
Hated university.
Back when I was in high school, I went to an all-girls Catholic school, and I was extremely, extremely shy. And I was a poor kid, and everybody at the private Catholic school obviously was rich. I had an uncle who became rich and was Catholic, and was like, "I'll pay for her to go to a Catholic school," because I lived with just my mom. I didn't grow up with dad or anything, so it was just like, he was like, "Okay, I'll pay for her to get good school." So I was like, you had to apply and stuff and be accepted, but I went there, and I got in, and I went there, and it was like the same thing as usual. I got in, I was really quiet. Everybody else was kind of mingling together. Either they knew each other because their parents knew each other. Nobody came from the area I came from. They all came from like more affluent areas. And so like the whole first year of school, I was always stuck. I always made one friend, and I was always stuck with like the other rejects. So I was always friends with like the people in my boat for whatever reason. But it was always like me, who I viewed as pretty normal, and then like the autistic girl, or like the real weirdo.
Yeah.
But they were the only ones who would give me the time of day. So I was like, all right, I guess this is my friend now. I'm stuck with it. So like, I don't even know if we liked each other, but I was stuck with this one girl, and then she really went off the rails, and she was like, "I'm gonna get a modeling contract." I'm like, okay. And then she left the next year, and then there was this one girl I always admired named Nikki, and she actually got ostracized from all her friends towards the end. She was part of the popular group, but like there was a rumor going around that she was lesbian or something. They got in a fight. Her group of friends didn't like her anymore, and I was like, "Hey, what up?"
Yeah.
And we became friends. And then the next year, when we went back into school in 10th grade, we were like best friends, and we did really good. And then we ran away together to New York City when I was 16. Kind of interesting story. We stole a car. We stole her mom's work vehicle. And we had talked about it for a while. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. But then one night she just came by in the car. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess we're doing this. And we're going to drive to LA because she was dating my cousin who lived in LA. And so we're going to drive across country, run away. And it was back in the days of maps because I'm old, remember, I'm 34. So we didn't have cell phones or anything. And so we took the map, and it was a map of New England. And the map of New England runs out once you get to New York. So we got to New York and we were lost as fuck. Neither of us knew how to drive. She had her permit. I didn't have a license at all. And we almost died several times on that trip just from car crashes because she was not a good driver. We had to figure out how to pump gas. And we actually got caught by the NYPD because we were lost in the Bronx. And we like went into a McDonald's to ask for directions, and there were all of these like, it's just what it was. There were all these black people just staring at these two little Catholic schoolgirl white girls still in their school uniforms who ran away together. And then I was like, "Do you have a map?" Because oh my god, I'm so old. Do you have a map?
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, we don't have a map at this McDonald's."
Yeah.
So we went to a Dunkin' Donuts and went on a payphone to call my cousin, tell him where we were, tell him the situation. Meanwhile, back at the house, her parents and my mom are freaking the fuck out, have the police doing a search of my PC, which is embarrassing enough at the time, to figure out where we were going. They managed to, my cousin told my aunt where I was because he like asked for the address and I didn't think of anything of it. And then my aunt told my mom, and so they had an address to tell the police, and the Boston police called the New York police, and they weren't going to come get us. But then my mom got on the phone, like begged them to come get us because they knew exactly where we were. So we're sitting in the Dunkin' Donuts, and then the NYPD comes in, and they're like, I'll just say my real name because everybody knows it by this point. Like, is there a Laura and a Nikki here? And I was like, don't say anything, don't say anything. And Nikki was like, really wanted to go home at that point. She totally regretted everything. She's like, right here. And I was so pissed. And then we got sent back to Massachusetts. We were in the NYPD office. It was like straight out of a movie. We were sat next to a couple of prostitutes. And then they moved us into like almost like a classroom room. And we had a guard. And it was straight out of the movies. He was swinging his keys on a chain. And he goes, if either of you run, I won't hesitate to shoot you in the leg. And so I'm like, fine. And I was like so pissed. I was so rebellious and pissed at this point. And why am I killing your eardrums? So I tell a story here.
Don't be so rude, man.
It's my life story.
Jesus.
Should I lower my volume? Is it too loud? Why do I have to lower my volume? Just lower your volume. Turn it down.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, you have a computer. I'll turn myself down. Is that better? Is that better?
I stole a packet of crisps once.
Right. Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah. No, I'm lying. It was a pot noodle. I stole a pot noodle. Okay, well, there was one bloke in our school that we like used to make fun of, right? Because he had a big scar on his head. So we're like, we're teasing him a little bit, and we found it funny, right? And he'd come in every day, and we'd make fun of the fact that he had like a bit of a scar on his head.
Yeah.
And one day he didn't come in. We're like, "Where's Schweb?" His name was Schweb.
Really?
Yeah. And then the teacher was like, "Yeah, he died of brain cancer." That was what the scar was about. And we were just like, "No way, Schweb's dead." And then we got on with our lives. So,
what?
Yeah, Schweb died. He had, I guess he was, he had brain surgery. Trying to sort of fix he had a tumor or something.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We just thought it was funny. He had a fucked up looking head. and we made fun of him. But then he just died.
That's not cool. That's a sad little life.
It was horrible. Yeah, I remember getting home and thinking, "Wow, that was I somewhat regret." You know.
Why didn't he ever tell anybody?
He was a proud man, Schweb. It was always a problem. Proud to a fault. He wouldn't let any of us in.
No.
Yeah. That was good. We all got a day off. It was like, okay, those of you who are close to Schweb, you can go home. I was like, yep. Schweb was always a great friend to me, so I'm just going home and playing computer games. Well, I was like, I remember thinking Schweb would be happy that I had a day off school because of him.
You needed to reflect.
I think I did, really.
Yeah.
I didn't kill him. It was the cancer. But I felt I could have been nicer to him. You know?
You could have been.
I needed to play computer games to get my mind off it. So we won in the end. Everybody won.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Except for Schweb.
Well, you know, he was no longer having to put up with having a painful brain tumor, so in a way he won.
I guess.
That might be the worst thing I've ever said in my life, because it's true.
People want to know why you stole a pot of noodle.
Because I was hungry.
Oh.
I remember going to the shop. It was the shop right around the corner from this house, actually. I was living here at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in as a little kid. My mum would give me like £1 to get a packet of crisps or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I've got some, as I remember it, I've always liked cheese and onion Walkers, or Lay's even.
Yeah.
So I picked up that. Didn't have enough for both. I wanted a pot noodle, saw one on the way to the counter. I was like, oh man. So I was like, all right, I'll buy the crisps, and then I'll just take the pot noodle. So yeah, I bought the crisps.
Did you steal the pot noodle and not the crisp because it was quieter?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would have been suspicious if I went in the shop and didn't buy anything and just walked out. Like, in the crisps.
Yeah, but if you bought the pot noodle and you stole the crisps, I would imagine the crisp would be
They'd be noisy. They'd be
noisy.
Like,
Wesley asked if you were using pot noodles as an ashtray.
Yeah, I am actually. Yeah, I'm using a Bombay Bad Boy. That's my flavor these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of spicy. So that's all right. It tastes like shit. It tastes like sweat. I don't even know why I eat them.
It's your flavor these days. It's awful.
There's a fine line with cumin. I just like it because it's spicy. But
yeah.
I remember going home with a pot noodle. I'm like, yo, mum, the shopkeeper give me this pot noodle for free.
Did she go into her local thing and be like, oh, that was very nice of you to give this pot noodle to my son?
No, she just looked at me and said, did you steal it? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She knew.
Yeah.
I was like, do I have to take it back? And she was like, nah.
Nah.
And then I feasted like a fucking king that night. Crisps and a pot noodle. That's a lot for like a 10-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
If anything, I think I should be deported. I think the alt-right have got it wrong. I should have been deported a long time ago. I'm a fuck. I'm laughing at dudes dying of brain cancer and stealing pot noodles.
Yeah, you're not making yourself look very good this stream.
Yeah, like the black ones are the ones we need to get rid of. I don't know. You should take a look at me before you look at anyone else.
Yes. Yep.
I
want to end it, but I want to wait for Ed as well, because he's going to be here in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes is a long time.
It is a long time. It's so long.
Mm-hmm. It's what you were saying to me when I was there. You were like, it's so long. I was like, I know.
I was like, 5 minutes is so long for this to be happening. Oh!
Didn't like that too much.
Yeah.
Don't appreciate it.
That was my joke.
Yeah, of it.
That was my joke, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, Eminem's album is pretty bad. So should we end the stream?
Press 1 to end the stream. Press 2 for stay. How much longer can we do this, guys? You're all in this with me. Even though you have it muted.
This was a stream of pure frustration and just doing a thing for the sake of it.
Yeah, I really am doing this I have to get, for everybody who doesn't know, I have to get like 2,000 hours of watch time by February 20th.
You can't be pressing freeze.
Stop it, gaming and yelling. Stop that.
Free.
Okay. The
What does
freeze
that
is
even
not an
mean?
option.
Two.
So I have to get 2,000 hours of watch time. So if 2,000 people watch an hour of my shit, that'll be it. It'll be great. So if you guys could do me a favor and put it on Play All, my channel on Play All, or watch the live stream playlist on mute while you go to sleep tonight or something. Just keep your phone plugged in and watch it on your phone. That might work.
We had some alright guests. First we had Undoomed, and then we had Sugar Tits and Bearing, and then in last night's one we had Bunty. We've been getting some alright names, and we're having a little old debate tomorrow with a sort of alt-right sympathizer, which should be fun.
Tonight was just a shit show, but we do have good streams sometimes.
To be fair, I actually preferred it to yesterday's stream.
Yeah, yesterday was rough.
I don't know why. I was just zoned out.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Shouldn't
all right. Everybody wants us to end it. It's like, I don't think I saw anyone.
I think you said one to end it.
Oh, one to end it, two to keep going. Yeah, I'm like, everybody wants us to end it, guys.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Well, ask us a couple. If you want us to carry on, you got to ask us a couple decent questions here. We're running out of steam, guys.
Is it still fashionable to make fun of Steve Shives? I think it's always going to be. No, it's not fashionable, but it is always relevant, I think.
Yeah. Everyone all of a sudden is like, oh, the feminism mockery's dead. I'm not getting views from it. I'm like, we've been saying that for ages now.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while.
Everyone's just catching up to it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, see, there was a big time before Bloodsports.
Yeah.
When no one
it was
kind of
like the period in between VidCon and Bloodsports that feminism videos started going downhill. Because everybody and their mother had an anti-SJW YouTube channel, and all that could be said had been said. And besides the law cows, nothing new. Like, no new revelations really were coming up.
Yeah, exactly. I think people are just bored of the same old arguments just being regurgitated again and again and again. How many times can you listen to it? Really?
Yeah.
The only way you can really sort of do the SJW stuff and get views now is if you're talking about shit that happens on like college campuses, like big incidents.
Yeah.
The bedroom feminism thing's done.
Yeah.
Responding to Anita Sarkeesian is pretty much done.
Yeah.
That's all done. No one gives a shit anymore.
Nope.
Your best bet. The easiest way to do it now is to attack other anti-SJWs. Do that. That's how you get views.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like nobody, unless like you know these people, cares though. So it's not really the best way to branch out into YouTube as a whole. But in this little microcosm we have, that it's like that's the thing to do. Speaking of feminism, what do you think of how feminism is raping the BBC for money? I don't know anything about that, Roy.
I do know. Well, I know they published the like top 10 earners, and like 7 or 8 of them were male. So there was a big sort of palaver about that. I do know a couple of the men have just taken pay cuts, so they're on even footing with the women, which is ridiculous. Because how does that help the women? They're still making the same amount of money. All they've done is drag some of the guys down.
Yeah.
Like the BBC are doing fine. Yeah, this is the thing. Women will, like feminists, not women, sorry, I was terrible. Feminists will happily sabotage other men just for the fact it makes them feel equal. Like, it's like, hang on, how about you get up on the same level rather than complaining and doing nothing yourself until they drag them down to your level? Like, it just hurts everybody. Nobody wins.
Yeah, I heard that, like, they were saying that, like, Uber has this, like, equal wage policy or whatever, and they were mad that men were still making more money than women. And I said on Twitter, like, oh, it's almost as if it was always an earnings gap and not a wage gap. It's like still people, it's like, I used to work at Whole Foods, right? I got paid more than a lot of my male counterparts because I worked really hard and got ahead. But I was only part-time because I was going to school as well. So these men were making less than me per hour, but making more than me on average. So I would go into the feminist rhetoric of I make less than men, but per paycheck, because I feel like they go per paycheck, not really per hour or per year or whatever. Oh, check DMs. I will. I gave you the link. I gave you the link in DMs, Ed.
Fucking hell, has he got here in time?
I don't know. He said check DMs, and I gave you the link in DMs.
He better not have got here. I waited to end the stream before I got here. I hope he's not here.
I think he might be here.
That'll ruin my entire night if he's here. The newest thing is that we need more women in the construction field now. Yeah.
Well, they're not barred from it. Miss Anonymous says that.
Yeah. Well, we need a lot of women in a lot of fields, and we need more men in certain fields as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Roy tongue punches the fart box. Oh.
Is the fart box the anus or the pussy?
It's the anus, surely.
It is.
Well, it must be. It's the fart box.
But a box makes me think it's the other one.
I guess, you can fart out your pussy as well. So.
Yeah, queef box.
Yeah. Clarify that, man. We don't know what you're on about. Why does Ed want to be a part of this at this point?
I don't know. He told me to check my DMs, and the last DM between me and him is me giving him the hangout link. I just did it again.
The fuck you, Ed?
I don't know.
I think he's just trying to trick us. He's just trying to make us hang on. He knows he's got like 15 minutes before he gets home or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's belly button.
Well, the anus is in a box, though. Because what do you fart with? But the anus is in a box.
I think that was...
I guess neither is a vagina, but...
I think it was just colourful language.
Well, I said yes to either one because I wanted to. So now everybody's got to think they stick a tongue up my asshole.
Yeah. I ain't gonna confirm or deny that. I don't think it's my place to.
Where is this going? I don't like it. Get off it.
Could be going in your asshole if you play your cards right.
Get off it.
Driving lol, I'm bored. Yeah, I knew it. Knew it, Ed, you fuck. Get out of it.
Oh my god. Ed, are you coming on or not? Because the day's done.
Can somebody clip some of the ridiculous things they said during this stream? There's been about 3 things that have been pretty good. I want them. I want to spread them all over Twitter, guys. If any of you can be arsed doing it, that'd be amazing. And not only that, but you'll get more watch time as watching for your streams.
I was thinking that, to be fair. I was.
Yeah. Clipper saying everybody thinks I stick my tongue up for us. What was the other one?
What is it?
They should clip you saying everybody thinks that you stick your tongue up my ass.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah, that will be. There's another one. There was another good one before. I forget what it was. I don't know.
I did say, like, so you think we should just breed the stupid out of them, like, regarding black people?
No, that wasn't it. See, I was exactly right, because he said, like, 10 minutes. He's going to be home in 10 minutes. I was like, I bet he's driving home, fucking with you to keep it going, and he's 15 minutes out. And that was about 5 minutes ago. Yeah. I was so right. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
Day is done.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll hang on for Ed.
All right, Ed.
I guess.
Speed.
Are you happy? Are you happy now? We ran out of steam about
like 20 minutes ago, at least.
At least, yeah. This stream started off really quite well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I was just looking at my face and the thing. since I've gotten older, my cheeks are less full than they used to be. I've always had like a baby face. My cheeks used to be more full. I was just looking at me sucking on my face, and I got like pretty cut cheekbones now. Like,
guys, listen, if you want to show your appreciation for us hanging on and keeping this shit going, please go to my PayPal, which is linked in our last 3 or 4 videos, and just donate $20 each or something like that.
Go my Streamlabs.
No, go to the PayPal. Go to the PayPal.
Go my Streamlabs.
Go to the PayPal.
Get the link.
No, just don't listen to
I want to get paid, not you.
No, I want to get paid. Go.
Actually, you do want to get paid.
I want to get paid.
Yeah.
Ignore that link, everybody. You've not. Unless you can pay us both, then give us both money. Oh, you're gonna have to start doing this on our channel.
Yeah.
Look, I don't get a cut of any of this, guys.
Yeah.
Try so hard.
What are grapples?
What grapples?
It sounds like something from Rick and Morty.
Grapple.
Like Columbus and grapples. That form of currency.
Ed's like, oh, end it then. It's like, oh, fuck you. So we hang on all this way, and now you want us to end it. Fuck you.
No, we're not. We're not ending this out of pure defiance now.
Yeah,
Get your ass in here.
Get in here and talk 10, 20 minutes.
Fuck you, Ed.
Fuck you, dude. You fucking smoking dog.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Advocating
Get
terrible.
me sick, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, dog with... Oh, we should update his picture. It should be a dog with a vape.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I know you do give us both money. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you.
No, I think he already does it, so he doesn't have to do it now.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Show my appreciation. Yeah, I don't know. You think it's weird being on YouTube? I think it's a weird thing.
Yeah, being on YouTube's fucked.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't even have a big audience, and I find it weird.
Yeah. I find it weird when I meet people that watch our videos that I don't know.
Yeah. We
weird.
met up with someone while you were here last week. Someone off Twitter. I don't know his Twitter name. But I know that he knows you. He didn't know me though, and I was like, how could you know them and not know me? Because I've been in like 4 of your videos.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he probably did see videos with you in. He just never, he forgot about it afterwards. Or...
Yeah.
I'm sure. He...
So forgettable. I see how it is.
No, you're not forgettable. Shut up. But yeah, I find it weird. I find it odd. I don't know. I think most people don't like meeting up with random people. I kind of do sometimes, just to see. I'm really interested in the kind of people that would watch our videos.
Yeah. Well, it really is interesting. And while you're kind of at this level, like once you got big, you'd just be like weird because all the weirdos start coming out. But like when you're at this level, it can still be like an intimate thing where it'd be like, hey, oh my God, you watch me on the computer. That's really interesting. Why?
It's funny. I think the weirdest ever one when we bumped into that dude who just knew us from our videos. We didn't like meet up with him. He was just some guy was in a pub. Yeah. Watched our videos. He's like, "Oh my God, it's my boy Roy." I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "That's bizarre."
Yeah, I want that day to happen to me. I'd just be like, "You know me?" I'd be so excited to see them.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hi, let me hug you," and they'd be like, "What the fuck? Get off me!"
Yeah.
Like, look at this! Watch my YouTube. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like more excited to meet the fan than the fan would to meet me.
Yeah.
Like, get off me, lady.
I think I'm gonna make a best of Day is Dead video.
Oh, okay.
You say a lot of quotable, ridiculous things. I think I need to put them all together.
Okay.
With some flashy editing.
Yeah. Watch all my streams and do it.
Well, it's going to take me about 2 weeks to put together, probably. But I'll do it.
Watch all my streams anyway.
Yeah.
I put my streams on last night. I don't know if it counts if I watch them though.
Maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Does it count for watch time if you watch your own videos?
How long have you got to sort of get over that thing before you get demonetized?
The 20th.
It's on the 20th. Oh god,
Yeah.
we've only got like 6 days. People.
Yeah, I know.
Shit, we need to do it now. We need to get our watch time up, for fuck's sake. No. Keep watching this. A good job, Ed's coming actually. Now we get to eke out a couple more minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll go. Yeah. We'll go for like what? Maybe half an hour. Does that sound reasonable?
That sounds good. Yeah. My friend Dan says meeting day was amazing, but I didn't recognize you in EB. Yeah, I used to be a foot fetish model known as Damoness online, and Dan actually knew me from that before we met in real life when I worked at EB Games. Yeah, he knew about me before we ever met. And he was in the area, and I worked at EB Games at the time when that was a thing. And he thought I looked familiar, but he didn't know it was me.
Oh. Oh no, it's all the way up there.
What?
I got your magazine page, the little photo shoot.
Oh, you should get it. Show him.
All right, I'm gonna show you a thing I got today. One sec.
Yeah. I was in a little magazine back in the day. I was doing dirty book art shoot. It's old. When was that? Like 2004, 5? Oh. Roy, we can all see your ass. Oh, he can't hear me, but I clicked him. Present him. Yeah, we'll do a birthday stream with you.
All right, a minute.
Hi.
Check out this, guys. Look at this. Smoking hot tamale.
Oh, shit. That's little me. Hold on, let me present you. Gonna do it so. Look at that. That's little me.
Give a little bit of background on this.
Yeah. Oh, my friend was a photographer, and he was shooting for a magazine, and it was like for like those posters in the background, and the T-shirt I'm wearing was like it was dirty book art. It was little vintage like posters and stuff, and I did the modeling for it, and I had my hair all in pin curls there and stuff. That was back when my legs worked.
Hey.
Or worked better. Hi, Ed. Look at my little modeling pictures.
See that?
Sorry to put you guys out.
No.
You fucking should be, prick.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had all this power over you two.
You do.
Well, we're polite people.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is my problem with everybody on YouTube. You fucking stream when I'm at work, like exclusively.
Yeah.
Or asleep.
You work all the time. What do you work like the night shift?
It's like
not the night shift, but
it's like a mid shift. Yeah.
Yeah. Closing.
I tend to work later hours too. So. But I mean, and ironically, it's like it's the time that I am most desired to stream, like streams like you guys do, the nice like relaxing, don't give a shit streams.
Yeah. They're just friends hanging out streams.
Yeah, like so it's like between like 12:30 1 a.m. is when I'm like I want to fucking stream, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
See, that would be fine for me, but Roy's 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So that's why I would never stream much.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've seen Roy, dude, I've seen you fucking online at weird times, because I stream with Sir Sick, he goes to bed, like, what? Like, 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
It is. I mean, it's like, what, 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, okay. So I'm always up late, but usually I like to be off streams around about nowish, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
we got to capitalize on that when you're in America, though, because you have basically my schedule in terms of sleeping. Hey, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
You got my ashtray over here so I don't ash on the floor? Because I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
Be like Roy's ashing in a pot and noodle.
I can't. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be smoking. I've got my vape. Oh.
Yeah, you like got that cigarette pack, and you don't have to smoke it now, but you are.
Yeah, let's not talk about that with Kristen here.
Yeah. She was so excited to get you that vape bed. Don't you feel like a piece of shit now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I just have to prepare my self for it because it's a major change. I asked you for the ashtray. See, she doesn't give me stuff.
Yeah, you got so excited when I asked you to pass me something, or you asked me to pass.
Yeah, see, she passes him things. Fucking bitch.
Like, oh, you guys pass each other things. It's so nice.
I've done nothing but great things for you, and you treat me like this.
That was funny. Did that Prince of Queens thing come to nothing, or is that still happening?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, no, I have to do that shit.
I have to do that too. I haven't even thought about it because nobody's messaged me about it, so my mind just goes away.
I'm interested to see if we get hit by other people who are fighting with him about some of his weird-ass conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, they are weird.
I wonder if there's going to be some guilt by association or something.
It's always a thing. Yeah.
I think there always is behind the scenes. I just don't think people say shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure multiple people have bitched about me behind the scenes.
Or you find out that somebody did it behind your back, and then you're like, "Wow." Not that I can relate to that.
No, not at all.
Aye.
I'm sorry, I can't fucking help myself. I have no self-control, and I just have to accept that. I just have no self-control. I'll make an ass out of myself, no matter what.
Yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember that?
Pussy.
I was on
pussy. Do you remember that pussy? That's what I heard.
Yeah. No, you can't give. Kristen can't have a wrench because she goes.
Oh yeah, I gave her a wrench last time, and it was terrible. Kristen, I gave you a wrench, but don't
doesn't work.
It.
I told you not to do it too.
Don't abuse it. You're going to do shit. I'm taking it away. You don't even get to say anything. No, you're done.
She cannot be trusted.
Shortest wrenching ever.
She just can't be trusted, dude.
That's what he says to me. Shortest wrenching ever. I die a little bit. Do you remember I was on? I think the first stream I ever was on was maybe Kristen's. It was that drunk extravaganza where she fell asleep and she took it down.
Oh yeah, was that the first one?
I think that was
the one we ended up going over to Turd Flinging Monkeys stream.
No, I don't think so. I was drunk as fuck. I was supposed to go out and watch WrestleMania. I had a big bottle of Jack Daniels, like a big bottle, and I remember watching it back the next day, and it was the first stream I was ever on. I remember being really forceful with you, Ed, at certain points, and I think you probably thought I was a massive arsehole at the time, at least.
What were you doing to Ed?
I watched the bit back, and I was like pretty embarrassed. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I was saying this in front of people on a stream." And I was being like really like I wouldn't like my opinion was paramount. I wouldn't let it go. I was like,
"What was it about?"
I don't know. I think it was about Eminem being Nirvana or something.
Eminem being what?
Like our version of Nirvana, or like the biggest sort of revolution we had growing up.
Yeah, I probably disagreed with that.
You'd be wrong. You'd still be wrong today, but I was a bit.
I mean, Nirvana is my Nirvana, so I don't.
How old are you, Ed?
Well, I'm 35, so I was younger, but still, I listened to Nirvana.
Well, what we talking about Nirvana? I was busy being mad at Kristen because she abused her wrench and she suckered me in. She suckered me. She's like, "Please,
what did you do?
I'll be good." And I was like, slyly, like I added her back, Nirvana and then she just starts deleting everybody. Shut up, Kristen. It's not about Nirvana the band. Like, shut up. She's mad.
I told you. I fucking told you.
I knew it. But I thought I'd try it out.
It's better than actual Kurt Cobain.
What?
She's listening to you with a lag, so she's responding to things you say like 3 minutes later.
Okay. This is only complicated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add Matt as moderator. He gets it. He can be trusted. He's mad now.
I was in Byro's stream and I had to actually, for the first time in my life, do moderator work because some bot was going around saying nigger, 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 nigger.
Oh my
nigger.
God.
And like every time you got rid of one, another one would come up. But the show was Byro looking at other live streams. So he was just going into other live streams, and we realized that it seemed like every live stream that Byro went to, eventually that guy would show up in that stream too.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like Byro was spreading it to all these other streams. It was kind of awesome.
Oh my God.
So by the yeah, so you're wanting to try. How many days do you have to get
I have till the 20th. Like I got a message that said like, if you don't get the views by the 20th, you're gonna be demonetized, and the only way you can get it back. Yeah, I could make 2,000, 4,000 views in a year, but it won't be till after I'm demonetized, and then you have to submit your channel for review, which is always, a dicey move, and it takes a long time because somebody got demonetized and then they put it in for review like a week ago, and it's still going on. So I think it takes a while as well, especially
because I don't think so. That's a new thing then, right? Because you didn't have to. I don't when I monetized my shit. Once I was eligible, I could just tick the slider, and say monetize this, and that's it. Like I didn't have to apply for anything. So now you have to like submit a request to be monetized.
Yeah, you do, and they have to review your channel to make sure it's suitable. So that's why I don't like. Because people are reviewing my channel, who knows if they'll give it to me or not? Because I swear all the time, like that's
swearing gets let go. It doesn't seem to matter. I don't know what does though. I don't know what matters. It's so fucking random now. What gets monetized and doesn't.
Yeah.
My last 2 videos, including the one that I did with you, is monetized now. So.
Have you got the watch time? Oh no! Oh, you don't need. Do you need? You need both the watch time and the 1,000 subscribers, right?
Right.
Have you got the watch time, Ed?
Well, of course I do.
Do you?
I've been doing this for a while. Yeah. I've got I don't know, what is it, 4,000?
Yeah, 4,000 hours.
I've got like 30,000.
Yeah.
Oh, have you? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and that's still pretty low. But I mean, I only have like I only have like 50 something videos, not including live streams, maybe less.
Yeah.
So I have like 1,000 for like 1,000 something for this year. So just January, February. But for the last 12 months, I only have like 2,100. So most of my views have been in the past 2 months because I actually started putting content up. That's a problem, my content.
Oh, maybe. Well, yeah, no, I never. You get a warning, right? You got a warning that told you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that when you go into Creator Studio, they only give you your watch time in minutes. So I have to like put in a specific date, click how my watch time's doing, and then convert it from minutes to hours. So
yeah. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, it's like just if I need hours, tell me it in hours.
There's no way. Yeah, I had to do that too. Yeah. And I had like almost 30,000, I think. So I don't really have to worry.
You got nearly 30. I got 40,000 on the janitors episode. Guys.
Alone?
Yeah.
40,000 watch time?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
40,000 hours?
Minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, minutes.
Yeah, I got.
It was minutes.
I think we got about 4,000 hours.
That's what I need. Give me that video. I'm just gonna put that video up on my channel. It's like brand new.
Yeah.
Which video was it?
It was the one that it did do well. It got about 20,000 views. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was. You did exactly what you were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Played right into your hands.
Yeah.
I love that. That was the funnest part, looking through the comments and going, "What? Do they not see that this is like, the point?"
And then so we're calling you out on doing that, and you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. it's like you're just doing this for attention and views, and I just like we're not above that.
Yeah. I don't understand the other reason for being on YouTube. I feel like attention and views is the reason.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, which it's not the love of the craft, you cunt. We do really shitty response videos.
Whoa, speak for yourself there, Ed.
No, I'll speak for myself as a fact. I'll speak for you as an opinion.
Yeah.
But like, like taking yourself too seriously on this platform is a problem.
Yeah. Well, we got I remember doing. It was a Chrissy Winters video or something. It was, I don't know. It might be a most viewed video, but we put on like it was like Steve Shives versus Chrissy Winters versus somebody, and there was a bunch of names in the title. And I think it was Chrissy Winters or someone or Chrisiosity tweeted it or some shit. He's like, "Wow, look at all the fucking name dropping in the title." And I remember just replying to it.
Yeah, look at it.
I'm like, yeah, it worked. Oh, like, look at the views, bitch. Fuck you. Like,
I can't bring myself to do it. Can't bring myself to just do a deliberate drama video.
Yeah.
Oh, you get they're way more fun.
No, I get a tiny little. It's like this little real drama it's not that big of a deal in the broad scheme of things, but it pisses me off so much. Like I don't like the way I feel whenever I think about it. So like drama makes me angry and I don't handle it very well. So like doing a fake drama, the way I see it is if I put up a real this bullshit fake drama, unless if somebody's in on it, you can tell.
Yeah.
And if it's what you did, it's like this is just gonna make real drama happen around it.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it.
Well, everybody's so touchy these days.
Everybody's so touchy. It's weird.
It's very weird.
Well,
but then they say that about me.
Exactly. It's everybody just going, "Oh, he's sensitive. Oh, you're sensitive."
I guess I am. I admit my faults though.
Yeah.
I think one of the interesting things is that we're kind of sort of like the characters that we play in the videos themselves are like YouTubers looking for views and money. So I don't know. I always kind of you can hide behind that to a certain degree. It's like
it gives you more free reign for satire.
Right.
It makes it almost more sort of. It's like I've got more integrity.
Yeah.
Because I'm allowed to do this because all that shit gets dumped on the characters. They wanted.
It's the Eric Cartman philosophy.
Yeah.
I can get away with anti-Semitic stuff. I can get away with racist stuff. I can get away with misogynistic stuff. Shit, trans shit. Everything they've done is everything the SJWs hate, and only every now and then do you hear, "I really wish South Park would hit." You know what it is they got hit for?
What?
Not going harder on Trump. That's it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they just did Garrison instead of a real Trump character.
Well, I think they also weren't. I know they weren't expecting him to win. Like they had a whole episode written.
Yeah.
Then it was just like called like "Oh shit" or something. So they weren't expecting it to have to be a real big thing, but now he's the president.
Now it's just now it's stuck. Yeah. I think that's why they went away from the continuous narrative too. I mean, there's a little bit in there.
I'm glad it was boring. Like I didn't like how streamlined they got.
It really kind of stifles the kind of jokes you can do and topics you can hit if you have to make it tie into everything. So yeah, it's better for dropping it. I appreciate them trying new shit though.
Yeah.
Oh, Gaming and Yelling has done some sort of picture on Twitter.
Yeah, I was just going to look for it. What was it?
It's your docs.
Yeah. That did happen, actually.
Oh, no, did it?
Yeah, I did to myself.
Oh, Kristen did it to me. Kristen did it to me.
In what regard?
I'm retweeting it. It's not even of me.
Is it of me?
Yep.
Oh, it would be. Wouldn't it?
like we haven't seen that a million times.
Yeah.
What is it?
Look at it.
What is it?
I'll show it. I'll show it so I can show it everybody on the stream, I guess. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do that.
All right.
Better not be too insulting.
Share screen.
It's genuine.
Present to everybody.
This is genuine.
Oh my god!
I told you to wear your belt. We were talking about we were talking about creating pants for men with like big asses. Because this always happens with him. Or you just need to get right size pants.
Because you need to create pants for men with no asses. They slide right off.
Well, he has an ass.
I have that problem. I don't have an ass at all.
Yeah,
I make up for it with my butt gut.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing to have to squeeze into pants. Oh wait, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be presenting to everybody. Okay, I think I did it. Okay,
you did it. Good for you.
Yeah, I did it.
Thanks for that. Yeah. The video never crops up of me and the angel wings doing a little.
I know. Baring was going to do something with it, but then he didn't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was great.
Somebody clipped it. Somebody clipped it though.
Yeah.
I should have clipped it.
Yeah. Go back and watch the whole stream and clip that part.
Can you imagine? Sometimes I think about that at night. Like I'm like, say if I wanted to quit doing this tomorrow, right? I wanted to grow up, become a sensible, real human being, right?
Yeah.
So I stop doing all the kinds of retarded things I do in there. All of this stuff is still there and out there. Like someone could drudge up my like retarded past. Like I'm stuck in a way.
Yeah, you can't get a real job ever.
Like some of the embarrassing things I've done, they've been like, so bad.
The diaper.
Depends on where you work, man. You can get a real job.
Yeah. Well, I want to be a security guard, Ed.
You can do that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can do that.
And if you're gonna move here, right?
Oh shit! People are saying Baring did use it.
Oh, did he use it? Where?
In what?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this. Usually I hear about it.
Yeah.
Someone uses something.
Yeah, somebody tweeted out. I haven't seen Baring's most recent videos. However, you know what? I was listening while I was driving in the car, and you said something about. Oh, you guys were talking about how the feminist videos are dead.
Yeah.
But Baring's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he always is.
I don't know that they're dead. I think he's made the smartest move by just doing his thing, keeping on doing his thing.
Baring's he's not exactly doing like bedroom feminists anymore though. He's doing like stupid articles that like, you know, these dumb corporations.
Yeah, but I mean that ties into the
It does, right? But like back in the day there was a lot more sort of
straight
bedroom feminists. Response videos to like Anita Sarkeesian and stuff like that. Like that shit's dead, it seems.
Yeah. Well, he's also been popular for a long time. He's been consistent. And it's different for him because he already has the people there and they're like, oh, what's this? He does short videos. He doesn't milk it. He just does it consistently and kind of concisely. It's like little soundbite things. It's easy for him because he's got that audience and people can be fucked to watch his videos because they are like the format they're in.
Yeah, but I don't buy into honestly.
Person though. Just get started. Nobody's gonna watch your shit, even if it's the exact same thing.
I don't actually think so. Depends on it depends on you, right? Like if you have no personality and you have nothing else to offer to the thing, to the community. I don't know what I'm trying to find the right word, but if you have nothing else to offer than just a standard run of the mill response video, and there's nothing about you that is interesting. It's just you going, hey, this is stupid. What a dumb thing. This is me commenting on this dumb thing. But the funny thing is you guys were talking about that, and then you went right into a conversation about the wage gap. Is it over? Exactly. Is it over, though? Is it really over? I think, honestly, if you got a personality and you do it, at this point, you might actually do a lot better than you think you would, because people are actually actively starting to get sick already of internet blood sports and
it's
and white nationalism and shit like that. It seems to I think maybe I mean if you sit and you watch Andy Worski and you look at all of the craziness going on around that, I think you can convince yourself that all the other stuff is dead. Like you get caught up in a corner of a thing. So no, I think honestly you can still do pretty well just making fun of stupid shit. Yeah, I mean if it's a bedroom feminist every single day, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But there's shit going on all the time. The Me Too thing was really good for YouTubers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black Panther is a subject right now. Go make a fucking make a fucking video about Black Panther and all the shit surrounding that. This shit isn't over. I kind of disagree.
You can get away with it, but
You swayed me.
Well, it needs to be like
a microcosm. I'm gonna go make popcorn. You guys talk.
All right, it needs to be funny.
Get over
it. That's your problem. If you're failing with if anybody out there is failing with it, then get funny. That's it.
I mean, it depends. It depends. I mean, like sometimes we make videos that are absolutely irrelevant, right? Just random videos where we're playing a game of badminton or something.
Sure.
Like, it's nothing to do with anything. It's not any kind of topic really, and they tend to do okay. I mean, obviously they don't do as well as like I don't know, a day in the life.
Topic I like that I want to agree with.
Yeah, exactly. But like I don't know, like I think the big events, that's where it's at now. Shit like Black Panther or the fucking Peter Jordison, Kathy Newman fiasco.
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
Did you do that on? You did do that on purpose.
Yeah.
But
it's stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That like gets the views now. Like
but think about it. That's the same thing. That's the same thing.
It's in the same area, but a lot of people were like, they were all just ripping. Everyone was doing response videos, right? Just in that really sort of cringeworthy way where they pretend that they're talking to the person. And they and that used to do really well.
It wasn't cringy. It's beautiful. It's great.
Do you do the thing where you actually pretend like they're in the room talking to you?
I don't pretend. I just directly address them. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. They do this thing sometimes where they're like, well, if you'd have been listening to my past criticism, you'd have known, like, and they act like they're having like a conversation with the video they're responding to.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, come on, man. Only the worst YouTubers do that. Like,
there's so many of them used to do it. So many.
Of course, but like, are you just looking at like the guys with like 6 subscribers or something? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, a fucking atheist gamer used to do that. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Like, he'll go, "You did this, and then they'll say something and reiterate a point, and then he'll go, "I just told you."
Yeah,
she can't hear you.
Yeah,
this was pre-recorded, you dummy.
Like even back then, I used to cringe a little at that. I was like, "What's this about?"
Now I want to do it. Now I want to do it.
You should do it so much, like all the time.
You know what? I wanted to do this for a while. I just wanted to do a deliberately bad YouTube video, like of the quality. Like instead of because you'll never feel good about picking on those guys.
Well, your channel is perfect to do that kind of video because your channel's fucked, right? At this point, like
not really. I mean, it is because nothing's coming out, obviously. But
you upload like once every random.
It's my plan is like there's a lot going on, and after April, I should be in a better place. So I'm using April as the benchmark because there's something big happening in April in terms of my job that needs to be sorted.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too deep into it, but it'll determine whether or not I'm going to stay there or go somewhere else, right? So when that happens and then the moving is all settled, and it'll be pretty much easy street for me to go ahead and start again. Also, at this moment with the climate the way it is, it may be better just to not make videos too much. But I don't know.
Why?
I plan on picking it up. And the thing is though I was with the last video, I was reassured that people are still there. Like, the same amount as before. It hasn't grown at all, but
that did pretty well actually. Didn't they get like 3,000 views or something?
Yeah, and it got monetized. So I mean, I was surprised. I was like, I expected nothing. But, I expected it. And like, I can't blame anybody but myself, for basically taking the channel. But then, when that video came up, people fucking watched it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've never understood that.
Bring it back.
I've never understood why people subscribe to a channel and because they don't upload, they just forget about them and stop watching the videos.
That's a little weird. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, I guess I did learn a lesson. Is that the reason I thought that is before that I put out a couple videos that were like 2 minutes long, like nothing, right?
Yeah,
and I got significantly less views. I didn't even get 1,000. I got like 500 on the video with Day, and then I realized, oh, that's because people straight up don't want to watch a short video. They want something that they can put on and leave on for a while.
That happened with us. We did that, the little SJW diss track thing, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was 3 minutes long, and that only, I don't know what that's on, like 2,000 some views, which is pretty bad for us. And like, we do a video that's like 17 minutes. Our videos tend to be on the long side always, and they get like, some of them get mad views for some reason.
Yeah, and it's because people want to just sit with something.
Yeah.
Yours are more complicated because they have to be watched.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a bad thing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's kind of a bad thing at least for the mentality that I'm talking about. People really liked my last video because they could just put it on. There was nothing visual in that video whatsoever.
Yeah, like just play a computer game and listen.
And like you said, you were like, it looked like shit, and I'm like, yeah, it's because I the compensation for the fact that I really don't have a lot of time is just to put up some shitty background and just leave it there.
Yeah.
But and I was watching I was binge watching Medicare videos, and I see a lot of times he does the same thing, and I'm like, I'm nowhere near as good as Medicare, but I'll just fucking do it. If he can do it, I don't feel bad about doing it.
I honestly prefer your content to like Merc.
What do you mean?
Like, I prefer it. I think yours is a bit more entertaining for me.
It depends on what you're into.
I know Merc makes he does make quality videos.
Medicare's got just a great personality for what he's doing and a great voice for it.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I'd say the same about you, though. I think your videos are thoroughly entertaining.
All right, fine. I'm better than Medicare.
Yeah, I'm clever. More smart than you made an atheist as well.
Yeah. I got popcorn.
Yeah,
good for you.
Why did you make popcorn? That's weird.
Microwave.
Why is it weird?
I don't know, it just is. You don't do this usually. What's going on?
Kristen makes popcorn all the time.
I bought this yesterday.
Oh, did you like? It's a little flat pack, and you just put it in the microwave, and it pops.
Oh, it's a weird like pop-up box thing.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, I never had one of these before, but it was like one of the ones with no diacetyl in the butter flavor.
Kristen wants that. I can already tell. Oh. I don't know if she's still watching.
I did just turn into drama alert.
Yeah, you did. I think that's a bad thing sometimes about our videos is that you can't just whack one on and play video games and
Mm-hmm. I do it anyway sometimes.
Oh, you fuck.
Yeah. No, because I have to go back and be like, shit, fuck.
They need to be watched, Ed.
They're doing a skit now. I have to look.
Pause. Dark Souls.
No, I remember there was a point where you had a video and I'm like, oh, I really want to watch this, but I'm going to be late for work if I don't leave right now. So I'm like in the car with it playing and I'm just like, oh, fuck, they're doing something and I can't tell what it is. I just hear like, smacking of something against something or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm going to fucking get in an accident if I keep this on.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I have no self-control. That's not just Twitter drama or anything like that. That's with like every aspect of my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've never done any really hard drugs. Like I already smoke too much. I already drink too much. I have a fully rounded addicted personality. If I like it, I will be addicted to it.
Yeah.
Good call.
And that means I will look away to see what the fuck Roy is doing.
Yeah.
In the middle of traffic.
Oh, I'd love that.
It's dangerous to watch very nearly viral driving.
Why did you hit that little girl? Why weren't you paying attention? I was watching Very Nearly Viral.
Imagine that.
And now I've murdered a child.
That'd be kind of amazing. I'd have
that. And then you'd get popular. You'd get more views.
I'd have that. I'd certainly have that on my YouTube banner. Like,
well, if there's one reason for me to have killed a child, I think that's one of the good ones.
Yeah,
that'd be great. We wanted. See, I'm sad this never happened, but the first time Baron popped up our video and we got all the subscribers, right? The comments on our channel were really nice, but the comments on his were so mixed. It was kind of like the TJ video.
On mine?
Well, no, on when Baron uploaded our video ages ago, it's like how we got any subscribers in the first place.
So the comments on Bearings were mixed, yeah, because they came there for Bearing.
Yeah, and like half of them are like, oh, these guys have a filthy oven, I remember being one. Like, I don't know why that one all stuck out in my head, but I wanted to.
Well, I
take,
mean,
like,
that was the reason I started watching it. I thought it was great. I was like, who the fuck are these idiots?
Yeah,
See,
I watched that video and then binge watch your old channel.
Yeah, well, I wanted to take the comments on that video, the really negative ones, almost like you get the back on, the short reviews on the back of DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this film will have you in stitches. It's like, what's up with this faggot tranny and his lumberjack? Like, I wanted all that on a channel banner and stuff like that, but like, his fucking channel got taken down right afterwards. I was like,
Oh yeah.
Can't find the comments anymore. To
What
be fair,
a twinky dink.
Yeah,
we were trying to get Bearing at one point to just like, hey man, all this video, you're putting up some of your old videos. Can you just like, put up the one where you like shout everybody out? Like,
yeah, that's a good idea.
That's like a second bump.
Yeah. Were you in do you remember we did that song not too long ago, like the world's biggest cunt or something it was called?
Yeah.
You put a bunch of people in that. Were you in that?
No.
Did he miss you?
I gave him shit about it. I was like, damn, man, what the fuck? But then again, like, I mean, when somebody leaves me out of something, I just gotta go, well, okay, I haven't done anything.
That's true.
And I honestly hadn't talked to him in a really long time. I only really talked to him recently since I've been talking more to Sugar Tits. Yeah. And after we did that, we did a stream with Sugar Tits, Byro, and Bearing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're
Can
chill
you hear
people.
Me munching? Is it too loud? Am I like Whitey in that?
No, you're all right. I can barely hear.
In the Andy Worski roast.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch that. I've not seen it.
You can't see it.
No, you can't see it.
Fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. Like, didn't he call his girlfriend fat and he got really upset? Was that in that roast? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to see that. I love the idea of Andy Worski being like, "Come on, guys, do your worst," and him getting really offended.
We talked about it on the Sugar Tit stream because I only heard about it. I didn't see the full thing. I only saw a little bits of it.
Yeah, she was in there.
She was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she was like, yeah, and I was like, this whole thing reminds me of that roast episode of The Office.
I know.
Where Michael Scott is just really into it because he's like wanting to be a comedian and everything, and they are so fucking mean.
Yeah.
You see the expression on his face just go down, down, down. And that's the only part of the video that you can see because Sugar Tits did a stream with him on her channel. And she basically does the Ralph Wiggum, "This is the moment his heart breaks."
Yeah.
Where she's like freeze framing on the face of Andy as this shit goes on.
Yeah.
And she doesn't play the audio, I don't think, because that maybe would be disrespectful. But there is that moment where it's just like, oh, and I immediately thought of that episode of The Office. Dude, Michael Scotted.
So what's so bad? Why have you not got into the old blood sports arena?
Me?
Yeah, you know, fancy jumping in there and shouting at someone for a bit.
No. Like I said, I don't like the feeling of like real drama. I liked the idea of the Kumite when I first heard it because I thought it was like really like professional wrestling, which means fucking fake. I thought it was gonna be fake, and fake is fun. So I did the Kumite with Cog, and I was like completely just making myself the wrong person,
the heel.
Yeah, the heel. I was just making myself, look like a fucking sad loser who tried to call someone out for attention.
Yeah.
And when I had that idea of the Kumite, I'm like, the Kumite is badass. I love it. And then I found out that most of it, maybe like some of it is fake, and those are probably really enjoyable. But like with the real shit, no, I don't like that.
So
personal shit.
When the fuck did it become about white nationalism? Like, where did this seep in?
Well, the Kumite didn't. The Kumite didn't become about white nationalism.
Yeah, no, but like,
Andy started doing it.
You got Andy doing a lot. And you got Baked Alaska doing blood sports and things like that. No?
Well, that's
And he's like a all right dude, right?
I think he is all right. I don't know if he's a white nationalist, but I think he's. I don't know.
Well, he was hosting like Sargon versus some other alt right guy on his channel recently as well. And,
I mean, it's boring now. Like, I'm not offended by it or anything, like some people seem to be. But like, and the first few, white nationalist streams, I actually really enjoyed. I thought they were interesting. But it's like, okay, well, and that's one of the things, and one of the reasons Andy and I fell out was because he mistook me going, I'm bored as fuck of race realism and criticisms like that. He took that as a personal attack.
Yeah.
Like several times until he decided that I was against him and then fucked off. But like, really, honestly, yeah, it's just, you're basically an alt-right show now, dude. Like, I know he's not an alt-right dude. And people are misrepresenting him that way, which is something you should fucking expect and prepare for when you become an alt-right show. So, I mean, I don't know. It's
where's Chris Worski? I want to hear from him.
Who's what?
Chris Worski.
I don't know.
They say he's behind the scenes now.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I haven't seen him. I'm suspicious. It might need to be a murder investigation.
Yeah.
Well, he's been tweeting, but I guess
he's not white.
Draw
your own conclusions, guys. Hang on, what's this? Ryan Day, what is your thoughts on the booby streamers on Twitch? As there's a big conversation on it, is it?
They're great. They should keep doing what they're doing.
I think. Well, just I don't know if something specific has happened. That's
I don't know. I think in general it's fine.
Yeah, in general, I think if
people are talking, I mean, there's always been a whole bunch of shit talk about them that I don't appreciate. Like, and you know,
jealous. One way or another, the guys are, because their streaming channels aren't taken off because they don't got tits.
But that's the thing. They slam that. Like, there are people, like, you know, there's all this Jeff Holiday shit, and I don't know if Poisoning the Well does it, but I see Ranting Monkey do it, and they constantly going, "You're doing this for money and views." It's such a bad argument. And I think even, I don't know if this is true actually, but if I remember, I think either Tonka or somebody also kind of like, it might not have been, I don't know, but somebody like pushed that on to me. And I was just like, dude, no. Don't misunderstand me, please. Making money for whatever reason you can make money is perfectly acceptable as long as it's legal. And
that's the only thing I don't fault them for.
And even sometimes when it's not legal, because if you're selling weed when it's not legal, I'm not necessarily giving a shit. But I mean, that argument is a dead end road. Nick threw it out there, and Jeff Holiday throws it out there. It's just like, I don't care about the doxing stuff or any of that, but it's just fucking. What do you think you're going to achieve with that argument? Like, who cares? Money and views is a good reason to do YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, there's not. What's the point? What is the point in uploading video one if you don't want people to watch it?
Right.
And I mean, that just extends to making money as well. I mean, I want a ton of viewers and money.
Well, you want a ton of money too. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I want everything.
I just don't want to do all the work.
I guess I also, as like an addendum, want to be respected. Maybe that comes way after money and views. I'm like,
that one's never gonna happen.
Says Roy from Very Nearly Viral.
Yeah,
I want to be respected.
I demand respect.
I think I've earned it, guys. Yeah.
I respect you. God damn it, Kristen! Fucking stop stealing my shit. You're looking for my lighter. She keeps taking my lighter. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't get that argument, but shit, I don't even have a problem with the Kumite or any of that. But yeah, like all I was saying was, dude, the fucking white nationalist shit is it's like, why is it all this? Like, why can we not go back?
I don't know.
It has something to do with JF, and I'm not sure when that decision happened. And
well, I think it's the alt-right exploiting Andy and his audience.
I mean, like, to be fair, like, it has to have something to do with money and views. Probably more views than money, because
windfall from it. And the alt-right's getting a platform.
Well,
Andy's an idiot.
One of the last DMs I sent to Andy was, dude, are you fucking like, what are you doing with this alt-right shit or something like that? And he was just like, dude, I know it's getting a little crazy. I'm going to try to steer away from it. And that lasted maybe 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And and then it just keeps coming back to it. And like I said, it's because it's really what the audience he's gotten now wants
Well, what
to
was it
see.
you said? You see that I don't know, a small YouTuber made a video like he did like he either did a video on Andy or tweeted it or something, and he got like a bit of a scathing DM from Andy, and he's like, well, all the big YouTubers like my show, and that was kind of his argument.
That's telling.
Really?
Yeah. It was
There's a lot of telling things. I mean, even the fact that he's always going #1 trending on YouTube, #4 trending on YouTube, #5 trending on YouTube. It's so fucking clear, and it's a little sad because it's unsustainable.
Yeah, it is unsustainable. I mean,
at least for his motives. I almost hope that he doesn't get success for his own sake, any more success, because I can't see how it would be positive if you're stuck in this alt-right corner.
But you know Andy. Andy's always flip-flopping.
Always.
Like, you know, he'll 1 second he's friends with Francesca Ramsey and they've really connected. The next he's screaming at everybody and sort of posting white nationalists. Like,
it's always an extreme.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. It's always an extreme.
He reminds me of my retarded friend Scott. He's a nice guy. Like he's a real nice guy, but he goes through these insane fads. He gets like, really excited about something, and he can't help himself. And he became a Muslim for a week, for example. I could imagine Andy becoming a Muslim out of the blue. So dumb like that.
Yeah, but see, that's where the nervousness comes in too. When you're watching him, and you're like, "Are you all right?" Like, I don't even know anymore. Like, you say you're not, but then it's like,
I don't think he knows.
Well, I mean, all I've heard him say is, and let's just be fucking honest, he's a dumb dude. He'll go like, his argument is like, I disagree with the ethno state because I don't mind. Phrasing it like this, I remember, is so weird. Like, I don't mind living with other races, but I agree with them that race is real, which is like not even an argument.
It's a separate issue.
It's not even like, I mean, it is an argument, but it's not important, So
yeah.
And I mean, but I need to like calm my shit for the personal stuff, because he's a really nice guy. I think he's not a liar. I think I've called him a liar like 50,000 times at this point.
No, I think he's just he believes this stuff with his whole heart for now.
He's deluded.
Yeah. He's being used like blatantly.
And he's paranoid. He's not handling the stress of the I feel like I flip-flop between hating his guts and then feeling like super empathetic for him. So I don't know.
Like I almost feel sorry for Andy. Like I've ragged on him.
I think I genuinely do feel sorry for him.
I remember I was like, what did I tweet? I tweeted something out. I'm like, Tonka's created a retarded monster or something. And he saw that straight away and he just replied with like a smiley face. And then I felt bad for him. I was like, oh.
See, but that's the thing. Like you don't know where you stand when you're talking to him, because it's like he'll take a joke like that, but then he won't take a joke or an offhand comment very well at all. Like, I'll get a DM, like that's what he was trying to describe in that clip very inaccurately, and to the point where I was like, you have to be lying. And how do you misremember something this bad? But the whole thing is like he'll message me and he'll go, hey man, what do you mean by this or this or this? And then I'll go, this is what I mean. And he'll go, oh man, I'm sorry, I'm just so fucking paranoid. And lately everybody's fucking giving me shit. I'm so fucking mad. I'm like, totally understand. Like, I'm sorry that I fucking or didn't think that tweet through or anything and make it more clear what I was saying or whatever. And then we're cool. He invites me on his show to hang out. And then later it's like, he just kept talking shit about me. He fucking completely trashed me. And I was like, hey, you want to come on my show to hash it out? And he's like, no, I'm just joking. And then I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Fucking unfollow him. Badass Andy Worski saves the day. Yeah. I don't fucking understand how you can. I don't get his brain.
A little bit. Like, I didn't know Andy Worski, right? But very well. We did the video sort of trashing him a little bit with the crazy hair stuff. And so he invites me onto Warski Live, whatever. So I went on that, and because we just did that video, I'm assuming that's something he wants to talk about. You know, we sort of just trashed him publicly. The video did quite well. So I'm like bringing it up, and he was so like, it got so awkward and weird when I was like, yeah, but you were a bit fucked and childish, right? And that's true. Like, he didn't want to talk about it or engage with it. And
but then later he admitted it. So it's it's like
he just kept reading super chats out, like every time I was trying to bring things up, and then he's like, okay, I gave up talking to her about it because, like, well, that's clearly he doesn't want me here to talk about that, I guess.
Well, he's ignored me and all my bullshit since he unfollowed, so he won't even talk to me.
I think, but he is like, I think it is worth saying, like, he does seem like a genuinely nice guy, right? And I think everybody knows that.
And dude, the streams, in terms of like streams we've had, you know, with me and Sir Sick, the streams with Andy are like far and away the best ones, like the most fun I've had, you know, streaming. Yeah. So it's like, God damn it, if you would just like it. I've never known
get him to talk to you on my channel so I can get them views.
Oh yeah. Bypass the Kumite.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna book it. I'm gonna book it.
Book it. I'm gonna book it. Yeah, I'm gonna book it. I'm a bookie.
I asked him to come on and argue with Whitey, but I went about it the wrong way. I just like, you're not a pussy anymore here. Come on.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing though. Like, he's got a lot on people like Jeff. That he can throw at them because Jeff fucked up, and poisoning the well. That's all really public, so I don't know what that is about really. But Ranting Monkey has a really bad way of talking shit, in my opinion. So it's easy for them to have a back and forth. But for me, I don't give a shit about any of it. I'm just like, bitch, you lied. And there's really nothing like, I can't imagine how the blood sports would even go if I were to do that, because it's like, what are you gonna say, dude?
Yeah. Well, it's like, if you're like,
all I can say is that it's wrong. What you said was wrong, and here's what happened. The end. Like, anybody who knows me, that's just not a characteristic of me either. The things that he said. So I'm just I don't know.
You'd make a terrible sort of gladiator in the blood sports arena. I think all of us would. I don't think we'd just be
because that'd be terrible.
Not unless it was fake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not that mean of a guy.
I can't give a shit enough to sort of actually, you know, go on and shout at someone for an hour.
That's the problem. I mean, and it's like, if we had done it this weekend, maybe I could have blood sported it up a little bit, but now I just don't care. It's just like, I mean, I care, but I'm just like, I'm not angry anymore. I'm just like, fucking like, I just want some. It's like wanting closure. Like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
What is going through your fucking head? And it's irritating. But like the pissed offness and the I want to fucking yell at something, that's all gone, and that goes away really quick. I can't hold a grudge for that reason, you know. Like, it's just like it feels like work, you know, being that angry.
But with the blood sports thing, we have to, like, I don't know, some of them, I don't know if it's fake or not. I can't work it out if it's manufactured.
It's both. It's a little bit of both.
Or they really do get a bit touchy, but the whole thing is blood sports, right? They like this now. They like fighting people. And it's like, you shouldn't get that pissy when you get a little bit of criticism. And the thing is, it's blown up. Everybody's talking about it, so you are going to get a lot now. It's just the nature of it.
And it becomes let's find someone to spar with.
Yeah, it's a
actively search with something. Yeah, and the sad thing about that is the spirit of the Kumite. What it really is something I promote, endorse, and love. It's really it's like back in the radio days, you know, back in the radio. I mean, it still is radio, but I mean, you know, it's like the Howard Stern era. The trash, but just radio. You know. Yeah, you know, it's trash, but it's fun, and there's something you know, intrinsically human about it as well. And the community sort of wraps itself around that, and things just build naturally. That's something that nobody should. People should consider that when they talk shit about the Kumite. They could consider the things about it that make it something pretty awesome. Honestly, even if you're not into it, like, just consider the how that works. It's a big community like thing, but. You know, it's not my style, but at the same time, I can see that and defend it. And I think, you know, the problem with a show like that getting like major success or being tied to someone like Warski is that it's, you know, it becomes hey, you know, we need somebody. We need to fight somebody.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's why I can't tell whether it's manufactured or not. Sometimes, I mean,
Yeah,
they're like,
I think it's both.
yeah, they need someone to argue with pretty much every single show. So it's like, you know, it's really easy to pretend to be angry with somebody and, you know, talk some shit and get them on the show for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell.
And they're really riding the Jeff Holiday and Nick feud, and Jeff Holiday and Nick are handling it terribly.
I know, it's so bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. It's like, dude, and you know what's funny is that you can kind of tell that Jeff can't really control himself on Twitter, so I guess he's a lot like me in that respect. But off Twitter, when you go and you look at the YouTube Saints, he's trying, but Nick refuses not to get progressively drunk on a show.
Yeah.
And Nick is the one I relate to the most. And then all that shit just there's no filter anymore. So it just comes out. And then of course, what are they doing? They're watching it. And then they're playing it on their show. And then they're talking shit. And they're winning because these people they're doing all the work for them. So it's like, all right.
Yeah. Everybody keeps pointing out my millions of bottles. I mean,
you're obviously really upset that this event has hemorrhaged your subscribers and your views.
Yeah.
So continuing that is not helping. You know.
Yeah.
I got to point out my millions of bottles of lotion because the chat always points them out. I have a million bottles of lotion back there.
Is that unique? That's just a girl's room.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's just like moving a girl in with you is accepting that there's going to be a whole bunch of bottles of shit lying around.
Good. I like bottles of shit. I want them everywhere.
Shit bottles.
Yeah. I think one of the things as well, I think like some people are jealous of the Kumite success and things like that.
No, I'm happy for their success. I'm happy for Andy's success.
Have to be.
I mean, see, at the same time,
some people though.
Yeah,
I don't understand that either. I get it. Well, I guess I do. You know, if you're trying to make something and yours isn't going as well, but you feel that you're producing something superior and more intellectual and stuff like that.
Yeah,
bottom line is, trailer trash is going to win every time. Like it's just gonna.
Well, it's a good thing generally though, because I mean, this is quite a small little corner of the internet. Really, it seems bigger than it is when you're in the middle of it, but it's not if you step outside of it.
Yeah, consider this. I mean, the Kumite's got what 10K subs. It's just got a really loyal fan base.
I mean, even someone like Andy Warski or fucking Sargon, you go to like average Joe in the street who watches YouTube, they watch movie channels and shit like that. It's like, oh, do you ever watch a bit of that Sargon? Like, who's that? Like, they don't know, right? And they're the biggest of us, really. So I think when you get a show like the Kumite showing up in recommended feeds everywhere, and they're pulling in like thousands of new sort of viewers, you circulate them subscribers throughout the community in a way. They filter down to other YouTubers, so I think it's always a good thing. That,
No, I mean, and even not considering, I don't even think of it that way. I just think, I mean, that's just how I feel about making money. If you find a way to do it, then do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. But I mean, Andy Warski, though, on the other hand, my worry, because I do actually like him, and I do like, I've got, like I said, I've been flip-flopping emotionally over it because it's like, I talked to the guy. I've had conversations with him that were genuine and that kind of revealed who he was. And I think he's a good guy. And what he's doing right now, I think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will stay around for a while, but I think it's career suicide. He had people like Your Movie Sucks coming in, and I don't know what, I'm just speculating, but I'm imagining that he's not coming in so much anymore. And, he had dreams of being on with Joe Rogan and stuff like that. And I'm imagining that that's kind of going out the window.
Joe Rogan, it might work.
Maybe, but I mean, but then you present yourself the way you do online, because one thing I realized is, because I haven't been paying attention, after I was like, this is what happened for real, and this is what he's saying what happened, everybody started showing me the same thing that he's doing to them, and then I started to just see him doing it. Like, he just did it the other day, oh, you're talking shit, and he's like, I'm not talking shit, it's just a joke. Oh yeah, but then you blah blah blah, and he'll keep going with that. He won't let it go. Like, that is not a way to be a public figure. Like, by 1 million subscribers, he's going to be full on Kanye West. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, say, I mean, because this train's going to run dry at some point, right? I mean, it probably already
do. It's been shifted. I think Nick said it was like, this is like the 4th major shift.
Yeah,
since Gamergate.
I wonder what happens then, though. Like, what happens to Andy Warski and all the blood sportians?
I
don't
think
know.
Andy Warski has an ambition that will solidify a certain amount of success. I don't think he's going to get the kind of success that he's been after, especially if he keeps going this way. But I think he's very ambitious. He's got enough loyals that just aren't going to go anywhere. Even people believe me. Nobody's really calling me a liar about what I said, but they'll still take the charitable approach. So, in my view, all he has to do is have a straight up, open-ended apology to like everybody for if he did something like that. For like, hey man, maybe I've been going too far. I've been getting too paranoid. Say the kinds of things he did to me in the chat to everybody who may have been affected by that, and everybody would forgive him right away. Like, he is sort of a beloved character, even by some of the people I think who don't like him very much.
But he switches so often, even if he did that, I couldn't imagine it would stick.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, they stuck with him this
I ate
far.
my whole box of popcorn.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
That's ridiculous, Day.
It says skinny pop, so I can eat the whole thing. Right?
Oh, no.
That's how it works?
Yeah, delusionary PhD. I mean, if he gets allowed on the Joe Rogan show, I don't think it's going to be in a capacity that he's proud of.
Oh, you missed a trick. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. There's a picture of me on Twitter from The Prophet now. It's like it's my head on Russell Crowe's body in Gladiator.
I think I saw that
in Bloodsports. You should have chosen fucking the dude from the 300. I look just like Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
No Russell Crowe. I look nothing like Russell Crowe. I look like Gerard Butler.
Somebody do it.
Just like it. Do it with Gerard Butler. All right.
You gotta be making the same face though.
Can I make like a face that'll get screen cap now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me present you.
Present me for a second. It'll look even better with the hat on, or should I have messy, crazy hair?
Don't you have to be sort of like for that main poster? You have to be sort of looking off to the other direction.
What, like this?
I think so. And then just be really mad.
Okay, screen cap this and do a picture before. Nah.
That'll work. You gotta take the headphones off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You should move your face. Now you're not gonna be able to do it. There you go. All right, so cut that out and paste it onto a 300 poster. That's enough. They got it.
All right.
All right, give you a couple options there.
That was good. Very nice. All right.
Is this continuous conversation about Andy not in its own way spreading Andy's fame? Yeah, probably for a little bit.
I
That's
don't know.
fine
Not
too.
really. We only have 30 viewers, and I'm a small channel.
Well, I mean, he's talking the overall conversation. Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean,
it's the Streisand effect.
Yeah, but you know who else was famous? Hitler.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's the other thing. I want Andy to do well. Like, I don't want him to fail. I think what he's doing is going to ultimately fail. It'll be big for a while, and then it'll fail, and then I don't know where he's going to go from there. He really should I really he wanted to do a gaming channel, and I thought that was a fucking great idea for Andy. Just a gaming channel.
I think that would have been boring.
You don't, Andy's a bit of a crazy sort of lunatic. It might have been good.
No.
He can be random. He's very sort of vulgar and shouty. And stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, does he really fit in politics? Like, does he seem like a political?
I said it'd probably be more appropriate for him to do gaming streams.
Yeah, or
he wouldn't be nearly as popular, though. To be fair.
Perfect. You don't have to be a genius to fuck with SJWs. And there's always stupid things on the internet.
I mean, I've never really watched him, but was some of his sketch stuff not pretty decent?
Yeah, it was pretty.
They were actually. Those were my favorite things.
Yeah, you could go back to that. He could do a show that's closer to what you're doing.
Yeah, he used to copy us a lot. I remember that.
To be fair, he wouldn't have the same fame that he does now, but he also wouldn't be a puppet of the alt-right.
Does he not view himself that way? He doesn't view himself that way.
No, he doesn't. He fully does not. Nope.
It's just hard for me to understand how you couldn't.
He's like a little dog. He's like a little dumb dog. He's just no offense, Ed. But yeah, he is a dumb
I'm a smart dog.
Yeah, he's a smart dog. He's go bump with the pipe.
But see, that at the same time is endearing, isn't it? Like, it's like a double-edged thing. It's like, I don't know. All I know is like he's not good at blood sports either. Really, is he?
No.
I don't think.
No.
Well, you
although
can't. He gets. I don't know. He's too emotional and offended to do blood sports.
Yeah, it's just like so much the opposite of what he's supposed to be. I don't know. For that kind of thing, I feel like he's just not being himself in a lot of ways. But whatever. I'll be sitting around seeing what happens. I'm interested. I'm curious. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to end the stream for tonight, guys.
We'll end this by saying we wish Andy Warski the best.
We do.
Yeah.
But it's going to end horribly for you, Andy.
You piece of shit.